Welcome back, and thanks for joining us at Action Dice Tabletop Gaming for part 2 of our Marvel Multiverse RPG encounter, featuring the classic matchup of X-Men versus the Sentinels. I'm Copy.
And I'm Paste. Once again, this encounter will be narrated by me, and our heroes will be played by Copy.
In our last episode, Cyclops, Wolverine, Psylocke, and Cannonball were on a mission to locate and rescue some of their fellow mutants, including Cannonball's close friend, Rain Sinclair, aka Wolfsbane.
Piloting the X-Men's Blackbird, Cyclops flew through the West Texas desert, seeking to get a precise location of the missing mutants.
While doing so, a patrol of 6 mutant-hunting robots known as Sentinels honed in on the Blackbird. 2 of those Sentinels moved in to directly engage the X-Team.
The X-Team managed to repel the first 2 Sentinels, while Psylocke, with the aid of this onboard Cerebro, psychically searched out and eventually sensed where the injured and seemingly tormented Wolfsbane was being held captive.
With 4 more Sentinels closing in and a badly damaged aircraft, Cyclops deftly pulled off some evasive maneuvers and was able to hide from the Sentinel scans long enough for his team to make some hasty but effective repairs, meaning Cyclops actually managed to keep the Blackbird from blowing up during a mission.
With a damaged but still flight-worthy Blackbird, the X-Men landed at the entrance of the hidden facility, a research and development lab buried deep below the desert sands. A large metal hatch leads to a service elevator ominously unguarded, waiting to welcome them into its metal machinations.
Okay, Cyclops and his team have geared up with Forge's homebrewed explosives and customized keycard. Let's see what happens next. Ready?
Set.
Action.
Psylocke's directions guide the X-Men true, and in the heart of a dry, hot desert, they find a colossal metal hatch leading deep below the whipping sands. Opening the hatch reveals a waiting service lift built of strong, sturdy iron with a massive hydraulic piston below. Standing on the platform as the lift slowly descends, Psylocke senses the presence of the missing mutants much stronger now, as well as something unsettling. Behind the steel facade of this factory, deep in its belly where sinister robots are being forged, a darker purpose threatens to take shape.
When you guys reach the bottom of the elevator shaft, you feel it kind of come to a slow and rocky halt. The doors automatically slide open to either side. And as you do so, you notice 2 things. One, you hear that there's this audible alarm going off. It's not a loud alarm, it's kind of like every minute or so you hear a whomp, and then these amber lights are kind of flashing throughout, and you hear an automated voice saying, enemies detected at perimeter, be on alert. And that will go after like every minute or so. The second thing you notice is that as soon as these doors open, kind of see a glimpse of a drone kind of hovering just behind this storage crate. You get the sense that there's kind of a patrol going on. So
right.
Who's ever inside this giant structure here seems to be panning and scanning for intruders.
Gotcha.
You're
not wrong.
Yeah. Out of combat, obviously, you'll choose which character you want to activate first, but Psylocke hasn't lost her full connection yet with Rain that she established with Cerebro.
Okay, good.
So she could almost, as soon as she reaches bottom here, she kind of knows like a signal or ping that she's getting from Rain, and she can tell almost instantly that she is close by and likely behind this door right here. They can sense it in her bones. Even Wolverine has been able to pick up kind of the scent of Rain. I won't even make you roll for it because he knows how he smells. He's got such heightened senses. He's like, yeah, we're in the right spot. Yeah, she's close by. She
looks like
just
the right
a little
spot.
sniff of the area. 100% can tell that Rain is behind locked doors over here. The steel locked door.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So whoever wants to activate first is your call, and take it away.
As we're disembarking from the Blackbird, I want to make sure that we distribute those charges that we got from Forge. So at this point, Cyclops would make sure that each member at least has 1. So there's also a key card. So he'll also have the key card.
Cyclops?
Yeah, I think he'll hold on to the key card. Excellent. All right, so we've accessed the elevator shaft, and as we're going down, a couple of things I want to get ready before we reach the bottom, hopefully. First is that Psylocke's going to go into her attack stance, her attack mode.
Awesome.
from martial arts. So she'll have that ready. She'll be concentrating on that. I also want Wolverine to go into attack mode as well. They're just sort of he's getting ready for any sort of fight that may approach. Like it could be Sentinels by the time the gate opens for all they know, right? So they just want to get ready for anything. I also kind of wanted to get some focus back for Cyclops. So I would like to try to roll a karma point to recover some focus.
Of course, yeah. Yeah, we can do that on the right down, as you're saying, yeah. So,
Okay.
yeah, let's do a focus recovery check, not mistaken.
Vigilance, yeah.
Vigilance check. You got the target number of 10. Yeah, target number 10. Let's see what you got.
So here we go. Let's hope for a good one. Can't roll karma for a karma, can I?
No, it's only one. Let's what do we
Marvel.
get? X, that's what you wanted, yeah, because we're going to double the score. Okay.
So Marvel die to your rank.
Yeah.
So 6 times 4.
24?
Yeah.
Doubled is 48.
And then 48. Yes, we double that on a fantastic or a Marvel. So excellent. So yeah, so he's psyched up. Psych is psyched. So everyone's got their devices, and then Cyclops on the way down is going to sort of assign some sort of order. So as they come down, Psych's going to be like, "All right, team, remember this is an extraction. We've got mutants down here. We don't know what to expect, but we know that there's Sentinels on board. So be ready for anything." And then he's going to turn to Psylocke, and he's going to look at her and say, "Do you still sense them?" And she'll give an indication that she certainly does, as you graciously provided. She still does. And then Wolverine's like, "Yeah, I smell them too." Yeah, and then Cannonball's just going to be nervous energy. Like he's Rain is one of his best friends in the whole world, so he's really, really anxious to make sure that she's okay.
Did Psylocke want to establish a psychic link? Is that something she wanted to concentrate on too, or no?
There is a ability for her to link up in a group. It's telepathic network.
Telepathic network.
Perfect.
Yeah,
yes, that is a great idea. So even though I'm sure they've got telecommunications, this way they can communicate mentally. So it's 5 focus to do that. So I'll spend the 5 focus. She's going to establish a link between the group. And Psych is going to cautiously indicate to them that we need to move carefully, but quickly. Like try not to be aware of alarms, be aware of traps.
Okay, excellent.
Move vigilant, like move stealthily or vigilantly or however we can in this.
Vigilantly is very apt. Yeah. Okay. I was going to say when they make any kind of movement into this main area here, we'll get a vigilance check from you first.
Okay.
The target number is, the lowest was rank 3, so we'll make it 13. But who's going first?
Psylocke.
Okay.
I want the ninja to stealthily move forward first.
Excellent. Okay, so target number 13, let's do a vigilance check.
Okay, for Psylocke. Okay.
This is kind of, as you said, being alert, entering the room, looking for traps, and trying to be not caught by any security drones or cameras or anything else that might be focused on them.
Was terrible.
Oh no, would you roll?
Okay, so I got a 2 on the Marvel,
Oof.
a 2 and a 1.
That's almost the lowest you can
Almost the lowest you can get. That is not a great way, but we're going to get those out of the way first.
Now that they're linked up, they can mentally send her a message if anyone needs to do the help teammate.
That would be fantastic. I would think the next person that's going to be stealthily and more espionage orientated would be Wolverine. So maybe he would give her a teammate assist.
Okay, so
we do that?
His reaction. Yeah. Okay. Which one do you want to reroll?
I'm just going to do the Marvel, which is a 6. Okay, so now we've got something to work with here. Still only 11.
Okay. So even despite the assistant from Wolverine, as she's quietly stepping out over here and getting behind this crate, she unfortunately doesn't notice a pressure plate that she stepped on the way through here. And
oh no.
as she tries to maneuver around the corner, what happens is that 4 squares end up falling out from underneath her into this molten metal vat that seems to be feeding into a giant underground furnace somewhere. So as these grates unhinge and drop down, I'm gonna get you to make a agility check to make sure she doesn't fall into a molten pit of melted metal.
Wow, okay.
We're gonna set the agility at a target number of 14.
That's a lot, but okay, all right. She's a ninja.
She's a ninja, she's got this. She has free running too. Would that help her with this, I think? Let's see what she rolls.
Oh God, I hope so.
I think this will apply in this situation here, yeah. So she's deft and quick-footed.
So here, let's do this.
There's the Marvel.
There we go.
Okay,
all right.
I might have just saved your bacon.
I appreciate that. All right, so so we are at 14 plus stuff. 14 plus, what's her agility? 3. So we're at 17.
Marvel 5 and 3, excellent. So I'm going to say with her free running skill, the floor breaks away from her, but she's able to catch the edge, the outer edge here with her back heel and push off it, kind of grab another edge of this seat, this crate here, and kind of hop up and just clear to the top of that. Oof. As the grates fall away and instantly kind of melt and come apart inside that that superheated, melted river of metal, heading towards that underground furnace.
Wow. Okay.
So definitely managed to get out of the way of that.
Okay. So I was going to say, from that vantage point up there, she would see the drone.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Okay. So she would use. She has a bit of a range attack called telekinetic attack, which means that she can use a logic attack against enemies in melee defense with a target within 5 spaces times the character's rank. So seeing that there, she would notice that the drone flying around. I believe that her stealth skills would sort of pick in, not wanting to have any...
It would have probably heard those grates a little late, and we have just kind of turned around to investigate what that was. So kind of simultaneously as she's climbing up here, getting out of the view of this guy's optical scope is kind of now scanning and panning. You see these kind of blue lights kind of scanning around this area,
and seeing that, she would just quickly lash out with a telekinetic strike.
Sweet. All right.
Okay, can we do that?
Yeah, give me that roll.
Well, a 6 on the Marvel plus a 6 and a 1.
Nice.
Plus her
definitely hits.
Logic attacks of a plus 4. Okay, yeah, so we've got 13 plus 4 is, so another 17. Does it have any reduction?
Yeah, no, it does not have any damage reduction.
So it's a 6 times 3,
okay,
which is 18 plus 4, which is 22. As she jumps up there, sort of like the flare of her psychic blade on her fist just sort of lances out towards the drone.
Okay,
and it strikes it with it's a telekinetic forced attack.
Yeah, the gears start whirling, kind of cranking and popping and malfunctioning. The puffs of little black smoke start coming out of it.
She's going to shout back to her companions back in the elevator shaft.
Mentally shout it?
Yeah, mentally shout. Yeah, she's going to be commenting on them. Watch for traps, and we've got a drone in the area. I'm almost taking it out. So cautiously, Cyclops will step out and get as close as he feels he can get within 20 spaces. Actually,
sure. Like we'll just have the clear line of sight, which means he'd probably have to come over here. But we're also going to need a vigilance check for old Psych to make sure he spots any traps and can avoid any pitfalls as he's moving into position. Gosh, target number is going to be 14 again. With his vigilance.
Just blast something before he dies. Well, we got 3, 3, and 3.
Okay.
So we're going to add, that's 9. We're going to add his vigilance of plus 3. So that's 12.
Fortunately not enough, unless someone else wants to help him out with a user reaction. Maybe even Psylocke.
Up top there, she's going to use, if she can, she'll call out and say, that's the pressure plate! And he'll roll a 5.
Yeah. A new total.
Okay, so add 2 more to that. So yeah, we're at 15 now.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and then he's going to, as soon as he gets within blasting range, he's going to take a shot at that drone, and it's just going to be a regular blast.
Okay.
Okay, so we got 12 plus 5, so 17.
Yeah,
so it's 4 on the Marvel die.
Just quick shot, just a quick little blast of his visor, and knocks this thing out completely. And it goes down before it manages to send off any sort of alert or alarm, mostly thanks to Psylocke's ability to scramble its circuits when she lanced out at it with her telekinetic blade there.
Yeah, no, I think from this vantage point, he's just going to give the command to eyes up and down. Make sure anything that floats, hovers, or hums, you take it out. And then Psylocke, she's already gone, so Sykes are basically already gone. If he's got any more movement, he's looking around. He does see another. Does he see the other door on the other side? He sees
Yeah.
Two doors?
Yeah,
Okay.
because he's got view on everything. Yeah. So
All right.
you see a security door here and a very solid security door over here.
Right. So he's the one with the skeleton key card.
Mhm.
So he's looking around to see if he's going to be able to use that to access that door or not.
Right. I'll give you it for free because it's this room is fairly well lit, although the amber light kind of does give it an eerie glow. But there are halogen lights, kind of like those white, bright, sterile lights throughout this foyer here. So it's easy enough for Cyclops to see that there is an access keypad on this door here. However, this door just seems to be a solid security door. No point of the keycard entry or any kind of device that would physically unlock the door from that location.
So, okay. So it looks like that door needs to be opened from another location, right? Yeah, because it looked like a blast door, essentially, right?
Yeah.
So if they're going to have someone imprisoned in there, there's going to be something to trigger that door to open it. So he's then going to psychically command to Wolverine as much as anyone can order Wolverine to do anything, but he's going to issue a command for Wolverine to try to get to that door. Again, carefully, watching for...
So use a movement and action to do double move.
Yeah, so he's going to try to get Wolverine close enough to that door, and if anything else, if we can't get it open, Wolverine's going to use his own key card.
Fair enough.
He's got 6 of them. He's got 6 key cards right here.
Yeah. Excellent.
Okay.
So let's have Wolverine, of course, do a vigilance check as he's cautiously walking towards this door. You did it well.
He's using his eyes and his nose.
Yeah, he uses everything. Yeah, so I just give him an edge on this one as well, too.
Okay, well, at least somebody knows what they're
might not
doing.
need
Right, so what do we got? 9, 10, 11, 12 plus... Is vigilance?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's at 15 with an edge. Let's just roll that Marvel. No, okay. 15.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, so he manages to make it over here without triggering any traps. It's solid footing all the way around. He doesn't notice anything strange, but he definitely doesn't trigger anything either.
Okay. And then he's going to have the key card out for Cannonball to sort of grab the key card and then move, like blast essentially quickly, flight quickly to try to get to that door.
So Cyclops is going to hand her off?
Yeah, so Cyclops will have that sort of key card ready for I want Cannonball to sort of pick it up. Yeah, and then he's got the rest of his movement to get to that door on the other side.
Let's have Cannonball do a vigilance check. Because he's flying, I don't know if he hit any pressure points, but there's other things in here. All Target number 14, what do we got?
3 on the Marvel,
a
6 and a 1.
Okay.
So we've got 10 plus, I don't think very much. Vigilance is 2, so 12.
12. And unfortunately, doesn't meet our 14.
Okay, so then maybe assist ally?
Yeah.
If you'll allow that?
Yeah, Cyclops is within range and kind of watch and blast over. 3 or higher, right?
3 or higher. Let's go. It's a 6.
Yeah.
All right, so we got 6, 6, 3 on the Marvel. Yeah, so as Cyclops is handing him the key card, he's like, fly true, I guess. He's just like, don't touch anything.
Yeah.
And then, so he hands him the key card, and true to his word, sure thing, sir. And then he's just hovering up. Like, even if he's standing there in place, he's still using his thermal energy ability to just sort of hover in place.
That's cool. Okay.
Without touching the ground. So he makes it over to the door?
Yeah, he makes it there. And because we now hit over 14. Yeah, he doesn't trigger anything, but he doesn't notice anything either. So far, smooth sailing. That's his movement. Does he want to use an action for anything?
Well, does it take an action to use the key card?
You will take an action to activate the key card and try to unlock this door.
God, this is going to be a logic check.
But he's got training on this, so he actually will have an edge.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, thank you for reminding me. How benevolent of you. Okay, so let's do it.
So it's not going to be too complicated because this key card is from Forge. It's very, very well. It does its job very, very well. So
I'm sure
it's
it's
just a matter of
user-friendly.
hooking it up correctly, which he hasn't, which he's trained to practice on. So it's still fresh in his mind. He has an edge. Your target number is 12. Logic check.
Should be able to hit that on Marvel.
Looks
on
good.
the Marvel die. A 6
Marvel.
and a 4.
Whoa.
So we're doing pretty good. Plus an edge.
Turns out the door wasn't even locked.
I'm just going to roll this edge. It's a fantastic.
Ultimate
fantastic on opening a door. Well,
opening a door.
can you please describe me how ultimately fantastically he opens this door with the key card from Forge? That brilliant Forge.
So it's like Cannonball designed it himself, and it's like this lock was absolutely made for this access card.
This is so silly.
He plugs it in perfectly, The door says, "Oh yes, thank you, welcome, master," and just pleasantly and kindly opens the door. So the door opens pleasantly. I'm still going to add a little bit extra to this. I'm going to give Cannonball a little bit of exposition here. The first thing you kind of notice is these walls are absolutely littered with the formulas and calculations and scribbles and notes and some pictures and some images that have been drawn on the wall. Most of it are on whiteboards, some of it are on sticky notes, some of it are on just legal paper. Some of it's actually just scrawled right onto the wall itself. It's like a man obsessed has been littering and just tagging every single wall in here, almost graffiti style, but you know, it's clearly formulaic. Even Cannonball can tell that this is something someone's been obsessed with and trying to work out.
I mean, he's just a simple farmer from Kentucky, but even he could tell that there's a little bit of obsessive compulsive order just going on here.
Mm-hmm. The room itself is still well lit. Again, with those fluorescent lights, this is clearly a lab that someone's been working in. The other thing that he would notice is that there's this stench, this smell. This is the smell of like a dead body. And he notices that on the floor right next to this lab table, there is a stiff, rigid body lying down there with a burn hole in the back of his white lab coat, as if he'd been shot by a laser blast right in the back. And it looks like the body is like, it's kind of on the floor, but its fingers are kind of up and it's in a stiff state of rigor mortis.
Yeah, sorry.
Exactly, yeah. So you can tell it's probably been maybe like a day or two, if not 3, of when he was, last took his breath. On the table that this dead scientist is next to is a computer with a few flashing lights, and on the monitor of the computer there seems to be some audio recordings that have been dated from a couple days previous, and for weeks beyond that. So going back several weeks, there's some audio recordings on there. And again, it's the ultimate fantastic. I'm going to give you even more information that this computer seems to be quite important. There seems to be a lot of backlogging and information in there. So if there's any kind of information that maybe what this scientist has been up to, what he may be doing with these mutants, maybe what he's doing with these Sentinels, so that information is going to be located there on that. That would be it. The rest of it is just some computer equipment. There is some beakers on that table as well too. It's got some weird phosphorescent globules of looks like oil and water, sort of kind of floating up and down like a lava lamp style, but in different colors. There seems to be another vial there where these lights are kind of blinking on and off. It almost like fireflies, like minuscule little fireflies kind of flashing and blinking inside this test tube or this blinker.
Is that on the table or is that somewhere
That
else?
would be on this lab table here, yeah. Which I'm giving you as much information as I possibly can about this room, only because you opened the door with an ultimate fantastic. So I'm kind of bleeding that into brilliant observation and just a feeling that he's getting from this room, and just
the danger and the fact that there is a body on the floor that looks like it was taken out.
The last file though seems to have been recording for like 36 some odd hours. So it seems to be that maybe this was the last recording he had made and didn't get a chance to stop it, and it just kind of went on and on.
It's still recording. Okay. If there's any chance of movement, obviously he'd like to go up to that and start recording it, but he'd obviously immediately be sending this information back to the group through the psychic link, indicating that they found he's found a corpse in here. It looks like the scientist. Some weird stuff going on in here. When we saw that the scientist was executed or shot, as it appears, like he's looking around. Does it look like anyone's been like trying to destroy some of the evidence or the information that's in this room, or they just...
Not from his initial feeling or observation of this room. Maybe under a more thorough investigation. And in addition to your ultimate fantastic, I'll say like the next time you use the key card, you'll also have an advantage, because you just need to be an expert with this thing. You do have a few more squares of movement, because I believe you have 15 speed. Yeah. So to get here and then back over here, that's about 12, 13, 14. We can probably get you
if there's any chance of him reviewing that last recording, so just like putting on sorry, again, I'm imagining it's sort of like a video blog recording, but you say it's an audio one?
It's just audio, yeah.
Okay, so maybe he could just, either way, video or audio, whatever it is, just sort of scroll back or play it back until the point where he just finally starts hearing someone communicate?
Yeah, you can kind of click through or scroll back through the last log too. We can say that he's doing that as others are activating here, because we've used our movement, we've used our action.
Yeah.
He can communicate back to others, like while he's kind of on that computer. You would notice that there seems to be like a control panel of some sort that gives him like access to other areas of the laboratory, and there's like
Thank you.
closed viewports and
I
windows
appreciate
that
that.
kind of show cameras as well too.
Well, he's shooken up by seeing this dead scientist on the ground and looking around. Yeah, his mission that Cyclops would then report back to him. Kid, be careful in there. We need to get this blast door open. Check to see if there's any panels in there that might release some security locks. Do I choose someone else to go in?
Yeah, we can start at the top of the order again. If we want to keep in the same order, it would be Psylocke's turn.
So Psylocke and Wolverine are going to move up to the blast door where because she's still following the track of the mutants,
Okay.
and Wolverine's still following the scent of the mutants as well. So they're both sort of more or less intrinsically drawn to the blast door, to where we believe the mutants are being held.
Okay.
Cyclops is then going to go assist Cannonball with the investigation of the scientist, the room, and looking for any more control panels that will help access that room.
Okay. So who do you want to activate first thing? So we're going to give me a vigilance check for...
Oh, more
Yeah,
vigilance.
more vigilance set.
Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, so as careful as you can. Ninja stealth-like abilities. Psylocke is going to get ready and move up to that blast door.
Okay, she's got 5 movement, right? 5 spaces movement?
Yes, in fact, actually,
So you can jump down here.
she would also like to do ESP. So this is another psychic ability that the character can reach out with their mind and sense the presence of others within 100 spaces per rank. And so she's just going to, as she reaches out, she wants to make sure that she can feel rain in there and that it actually is rain.
Yeah.
And any other mutants or any other non-mutants or other presence that might be in that room as well.
So as she moves up, so that's one. Here, that's her 5 spaces of movement. As she's getting closer, she has a firm contact with rain, but her consciousness is tentative. It seems to be very close to the slipping and going into unconsciousness. So her mind is like almost in like a fever dream. She senses 2 others behind this room, mutants as well, in very similar situation, where they're also like in a fever pitch, where their consciousness kind of is waning in and out. Like they seem to be going unconscious and back to consciousness and in pain. She can kind of feel this pain inside her, and it's making her skin crawl. It's very unnerving. She can almost like empathetically take on some of this pain herself. It's not causing her any pain, but she can feel this in her bones. So they're writhing in deep agony.
Oh, jeez. Okay. All right. So she's going to telepathically communicate this information. She's going to let them know. I sense 2 other beings plus rain in this room. They're in a terrible amount of pain. We have to help them quickly.
Yeah, perfect. I was going to say, let's have that vigilance check to make sure she doesn't trigger any more traps as she's moving forward and concentrating on ESPN. She's multitasking quite a bit now.
She is. Yeah, she is quite the Swiss Army knife. Swiss psychic Army knife. Good, not great. So we got a 5 on the Marvel.
Awesome.
A 3 and a 1. So we're looking at 9 so far. 9 plus vigilance of 2. So we're at the grand total of 11.
Okay. That doesn't quite make it, but
Wolverine
has 2, right?
Yeah, he's got 2 reactions he can use. The people in this group that are supposed to be great at espionage are going to be helping each other out.
Okay.
Just running them through the motions again. You know, muscle memory, that whole thing.
Sure, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, so we're going to do his last reaction until his turn starts
Don't sit
again.
there, wash it. Yeah.
So this is a 3 and a 3, plus 2 for vigilance. Okay, so 6 and 8 plus 5. That gives us a 13.
13? Yeah.
Trying to honor her stealthy ninja nature, but the dice aren't giving it to me.
Yeah, it's high enough, and I did for a rank 3. We'll say 13 is good enough. Yeah, so we'll
Appreciate that.
13 for everyone else.
I mean, that's like
so I think,
more than average. Anyways, yeah.
I think I may have accidentally slipped to 14, but 13 was, I think, my original intention.
All right, great. Okay. So she's okay.
She's good.
I'd like to start with Wolverine again. Wolverine's just going to again move up to the door, and he's got his key cards ready to go.
Okay.
If he has to start breaking
got
that.
enough range to move.
Now he's heard the information from Psylocke, and he knows that, and he can smell it maybe as well, that there's some presence in there.
Oh, you'd probably do
He's-
moaning and writhing in pain.
Yeah, so he's going to get ready to start slashing through that door if he has to, right? So if we can't get that thing up fast
Well,
enough.
that was just his movement, but I'll need a vigilance
Yeah.
check roll. We're gonna make sure he didn't trigger any traps on his way to the door.
Yeah, great. Yeah, he might fall into a pit of lava, so who knows?
Who knows?
Oh my god. Okay, so 5 on the Marvel, a 3 and a 1.
Okay. So we're like a 9 plus vigilance.
Which I don't think is great. What's a +3? So
So we're at 12, but we're
Yeah.
just shy. So honestly, if you want to have Psylocke
again,
reuse
she's going
her
to
reaction to help him out, you just don't reroll that one, and we're okay. 5.
It's a 5,
All right.
yeah.
He
So
mentioned
we
it
got a
again.
3, a 5, and a 5 on the Marvel, and he's got a +3 to vigilance. So we're over the 13.
There you go.
Okay,
So yeah, he doesn't.
together they're working through their stealth combo.
The great teamwork. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
So
if he's
we were
got,
gonna slash and
I mean,
crash.
I think Psylocke at this point in time is going to caution him not to. Sorry, Psylocke, Cyclops is going to be like Cyclops is going to be. You keep those claws still for now, Wolverine. Give Cannonball a chance to get that door open, and then he's going to move towards a Cannonball to see if he can try to assist him. Cyclops, yes, I say that knowing that he's again using his optic laser eyes to look for anything infrared to determine where these traps are.
Fair enough. Do you want to move and use a standard action to move as well too?
Yes. When do I do? You want me to do another vigilance for him as well? Or?
Vigilance for the entire for the movement throughout. Yeah, I just want to know if you want to use your.
Yeah. He's
action
going
to
to
move
try
as
to
well, too,
continue as long as there's nothing to shoot at. He's going to continue to move towards Cannonball. Yes.
Well, let's do our vigilance check right now.
Oh God. Come on. Okay. Yeah. A 5/5 and a Marvel.
The Marvel on your vigilance will say that, yeah, that was so good. You got a really good scan, a really good feel for this room. You would be able to not only not trigger any traps, but you would actually be able to spot some traps.
Perfect. I can point out which pressure
yeah.
points not to
So
step on.
yeah. So I'm just gonna say that for free, without any burning of reaction, you can point out on the next vigilance check that someone makes inside this room here.
Okay. God. All
Yeah.
right.
So.
Maybe there's a way to
On
turn
edge.
off the traps too. I'd very much like.
That's a very keen observation, and there could be something on the computer.
All right, so we're up to Cannonball again.
Yeah, correct. Yes.
Okay, so Cannonball is at the computer there. Psych is there to lend him a hand. Psych is going to be taking in the room as well and see all the crazy writing and see the scientist on the ground there. He's going to instruct Cannonball to again stay focused on the task at hand. Get those blast doors open. Let's get our friends out of here. So, is there any way that Cannonball can access this panel and see if there's a way to unlock the security and maybe shut down the security traps and all those lovely things using my amazing key card?
The keycard can be adapted to insert into computer devices. It was primarily used to unlock doors, but I would say that we can probably bend the utility of this device to help crack any encryption codes on a computer, because the security device does require an access code to enter in, like a password.
Oh, yeah.
To access any of those systems, or even to get to open up the
All right.
the security cameras as well too. So he finds a way to kind of like splice the device into the computer as well too, which is going to require your. We'll roll this into part of your action to be able to activate the computer and see what kind of things will pop up once we correctly enter the access code. And we'll honor the ultimate fantastic by giving you an edge on this roll as well too. But it will be a logic check, and because we're trying to crack passwords with even with the device. We're going to set this one at a 14 with an edge.
With an edge, and maybe
Cyclops if he needs to.
Okay.
Reaction.
All right, here we go. The farm boy from Kentucky. He's going to start slashing. Boy, I know Doug's taught me quite a few things. Just try to remember now. What's the best password to use? 1, 2, 3, 4 password? Ooh. Okay, so we got, oh my God, not great at all. So we've got a 6, a 1, and a 2 on the Marvel. So we're going to use the edge on the Marvel.
Okay.
Okay, a 6 on the Marvel. Okay, so we are at 12, 13.
So does he have at least a 1 on his logic
No,
or
he does
0?
not.
Oh no, he's a 0.
So
okay.
he's going to, Psych is going to, after you burn a reaction, give him assist if you'll allow that.
Yeah, he still has his reaction available, right?
Okay.
Cyclops, yeah.
Yep, so Psych will give him assistance. He's like, try blowing on it.
There you go. Yeah,
Okay.
You need to roll anything other than a 1.
Yeah.
So perfect. Yeah. So
We got it. So that's a 3, 6, and a 6 on the Marvel.
excellent. Great. So
again, the support. It's teamwork. Teamwork's making the dream work.
Yeah, it's teamwork. It's all what the X-Men do.
Okay, now, does that activate the security door?
Actually, that depends. I
Well-
went to deactivating security first, but in order to open that, which one would you want to prioritize Cannonball doing first? Do you want him to deactivate the security in the room, or do you want him to try to unlock the door? Because this will be kind of like a little pushing the limits of our action, which is kind of rolling into this. So I'll give you the option of which you prefer to do, either open the blast door or deactivate the security.
Again, prioritizing the mission and his concern for his friend Rain. He'll cannonball through any amount of security to get to her. So he is going to first and foremost try to get that door open to get to his friend.
Okay, so perfect. Okay, so we won't shut down the security systems yet, but we will unlock that door. So you hear this, these gears winding and this piston's kind of sliding back to the doors here, and this door will kind of shift up into the ceiling above.
Great.
And a horrible stench kind of wafts through the door as this scent of 3 individuals in a fairly small room. The room's not very large at all. It's poorly lit, honestly. Most of the lighting in here is gone out. There's only like a one halogen light bulb that's kind of blinking on and off, and fades off in the off position more than the on position. But in the glimpse of poor light that you do see, you do notice 2 individuals lying on the ground right in front of the door, and off into the corner you do spot Rain in her half-hybrid wolf form.
Okay.
In the corner, kind of cowering and whimpering and kind of clawing at her skin a little bit, and as she kind of in a feverish frenzy is kind of like just writhing in pain. Yeah, so that's just what you observe. And again, the smell would be like of bodies that have been like unwashed and sweating for like the last like 3 days almost, that are unfed, and just inside this room. At the bottom of the round, we're actually going to activate this little droid that you hear. Wolverine would pick it up first. You hear this whirling sound.
Yeah.
And the kind of arms and pistons kind of, as there seems to be this sort of quasi-medical sort of drone of some sort. It seems to have like needles at the end of its long, extendable arms, and different types of glowing fluids that are in vials, in other arms, as if this seems to be some sort of surgical droid. But with his red, glowing, menacing eyes, it seems to be locked on target here and raising its arms, threatening at the intruders.
All right. Are we in combat, or we're not?
Well, let's see what you want to do first. Yeah, we're not quite in combat yet, but because it seems like it's ready and threatening.
Okay. So yeah, it hasn't attacked. You're right.
But
we haven't attacked it.
Attacked yet.
So Wolverine's going to communicate back to Psych. Says he sees the medical droid sort of approaching him menacingly. He says it's like, I'm going to take it out. And before Psych could say anything else, Wolverine's going to dash forward with his own surgical devices. He's going to take a slash and claw attack.
All right, let's do it. Let's give me that attack roll then.
Yeah. So I think what we'll do is we'll do vicious attack.
Okay.
So that's just basically a basic melee attack. We got a 5 and a 6 and a 4 on the Marvel die.
Oh, easily hits it. Yeah.
Okay.
You're looking at a target number of 12 only for a melee close attack.
4 on the Marvel, so we're going to take his melee of 5. So 4 times 5 is 20 plus 6, so that's 26 damage.
Oh, barely leaves this thing hanging on. So with a few deft and quick claw strikes, it starts clawing and slicing away at his extended arms here with the needles that were getting sliced and chopped off, the vials sliced and chopped off.
So it looks like he did some pretty severe damage with his claw attack there. Okay.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
So he would have moved into close combat to do that slash attack in that door there. If there was any chance of Psylocke backing him up, she would also do another one of her psychic attacks and throw her psychic blade at the rest of that machine.
Yeah, she would definitely activate before this thing activates. So
she's actually got this ability where she can sort of parkour over things.
Free running?
Yeah, free running. So maybe what
Yeah,
she
we
would
can-
do is that she would just run up to Wolverine and she'd just do a ninja flip right over him.
Okay.
And then she'd whip out her katana on the way down and then just slice that thing right in half.
Nice. So because this requires a bit of movement to get in here, we
Yeah.
haven't deactivated the security protocols in this room yet.
Oh no, don't even.
Give me another vigilance check
Don't
as she's
even.
moving over this. Moving over Wolverine. Here we go. It's only a 13.
Well, it's still not good enough. Because I rolled a 3, 3, and a 4. These are average rolls, but even still,
10.
so that's a 10 plus 2 is a 12.
12. We're so
So
close.
she's so close. I mean,
I'm gonna
we'll-
say these guys can't see what she's doing. But
now
they can
you
kinda
did say
sense
that
it
she
and
had
feel
he had
it.
an edge because of Cyclops' ability
Right.
to.
Yeah. So we're
sense
gonna
what these
exactly.
are.
So I'm gonna say that Cyclops can, although we can't see what she's heading towards, but through their psychic link, maybe he has a bit of a
I
feel and
appreciate
kind
that.
of gets a glimpse and kind of like
So she'll have an edge on this vigilance check, essentially.
You shot something encouraging, we'll say.
Didn't matter. I rolled lower, so we
No.
still had to stay with 3. So she's still 1 away. If that's the case, Wolverine's going to give her a leg up,
Okay.
and he's going to burn one of his reactions.
Yeah,
'cause
maybe he'll
it's a
stick
new
out his-
round. So he already took his turn, so he'll have his reactions back.
Save using it in this round.
Oh my god! I just
Still
rolled
same?
another 3. That's it. Sorry.
Despite both their best
I
efforts.
am. Yeah. I'm like,
Okay.
come on. This is ridiculous.
Before she can get in there and is about to ready to jump over Wolverine and slash into this guy, a rectangle panel of this door will kind of open up, and this arm on a piston will kind of spring out, and kind of these long extended digits wrap around her as she's trying to jump, and maybe she gets midair, she gets grabbed by this thing and pulled over here. Well, let me roll for the grab actually. Oh, actually I rolled horrible. I don't even know if this is actually going to hit her melee defense because I've rolled pretty poorly here.
Okay. What'd you
I
roll?
did roll a Marvel on the Marvel die. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9. It's only a 10.
So her agility defense is 13.
Yeah. So it reaches out for her, but she's still able to dodge and get away from it. I will say because of the Marvel, it will kind of throw her jump off just a little bit. So when she comes down, she's a little bit off balance. So she's going to have disadvantage then with her attack.
Okay.
Against this guy.
That's fair. All right. So she's a little off put by that. Okay. So yeah, with disadvantage, then she will take a melee attack with her katana.
Okay.
All right. So let's try that. Oh no, I have to reroll. That's 6, don't I?
Unfortunately.
So this is
That'll be
with
the
trouble?
highest, yeah.
Okay.
Trouble.
Okay, so it's a 3, but she still rolled a 4 and a 5 plus 3 on the Marvel.
It's so
And
weird.
she-
It's almost completely destroyed it before. She really just needs to hit it.
Okay, so it's a plus 3, so she's not. She's at a 15 to hit, and the damage is going to be 15 plus 3 is 18.
More than enough. Yeah, this thing. Yeah, she completely just slices it down the center and it falls into like 2 parts on either
Nice.
side of the door here, and just.
Yeah.
But it was some sort of like medical warden that was like
Okay.
around these guys, making sure that they stayed sedated and weren't moving, and was still, not completely dead. It may have been in some manner trying to keep these things alive, that
Okay.
these individuals alive. That's Psylocke and Wolverine. Who do you want to move to next?
I think at this point in time, Cannonball's anxiety for his friends just finally going to start taking over, and he's going to, as quickly as he can, he's going to blast over there to try to get to Rain. He wants to try to get to his friend. So, begging your permission, sir, but I gotta go help out my friend. And he's gonna cannonball over towards that other door.
Okay, he's gonna blast right here.
Yeah.
Rami, 15?
15, yep, and then do another action to try to get over there.
Oh,
as
okay.
close as he
So
can.
use both his standard action to
Yeah, he's one tries to
go
just
fly
try to
into
get.
the room. We'll say there's just enough for him to kind of fly over Wolverine.
Heads up, Wolverine!
Bounce around in here and find Rain.
Yeah, you'd be like, Rain, how are you, girl? Come on, talk to me. How are you?
So he tries to reach out to his friend, but Rain is again fever pitched almost. She doesn't have any indication showing that she even hears him or sees him or senses or feels him. She's just again writhing in pain and just kind of like scratching at herself and just and you can tell like when he gets closer, if he was a touch her forehead and like that, she's like burning up. She's definitely a fever going on right now. She's like extremely hot for the touch.
Don't worry, Rain. We'll get you out of here. We'll get you fixed up right nice and good. So then that's his movement. Psych will probably seeing that everyone else has got the mutants over there, I still think there's some more information to get off of this, like the video, the inspecting of the why that scientist has been shot down, what's going on with these vials. Like, I think it was pretty clearly pointed out that table in the middle of that room there is important. So I think Cyclops would try to get the secondary objective completed, which is to investigate what's going on. Maybe there's some information as to what they've done to these mutants. What are they experimenting on them, or whatever the situation might be. So he's knowing that we can have access to the mutants and we're going to start extracting them. He's now going to want to try to figure out what they did to them.
So it's the computer with all these logs, these audio logs on it, and access to the security console and video feeds is still unlocked. Did Cannonball take the device?
No, he would have left. He would have left it in there. Yeah, like you said,
okay.
His anxiety and his worry for his friend just finally took over.
Okay,
bolted.
so that's it. So it's left there for Cyclops to recollect. I was going to say this is kind of like almost like a portable laptop in itself, so it can be collected.
The table.
Down. Or the computer that's on top.
Oh, okay, so
great.
This
is like some sort of like advanced laptop that he can. But it's portable. He can take it with him if need be. But if he wants to use an action to kind of scan this thing and either deactivate the security systems in his room, or
I would very much. I'm so tired of rolling these vigilance checks and not doing well. If we can finally shut down that, he's definitely going to look at the security systems to make sure he can shut down the security systems.
Yeah.
And then he will then try to. I mean, I don't know. He'll look at the computer, but maybe he's also trying to scan backwards as well and find out what happens to the scientist.
Perfect. A few clicks in the mouse, we'll be able to like shut down the security system. It's just kind of a toggle on and on system.
That's a free one?
Yeah, that's a free because it's already been unlocked. It's really just kind of moving around with the mouse and kind of click this stuff. And he can scroll through some of the audio, and it's giving me a logic check just to see what it's low. It's going to be like a target number like 11, just so he can make sure he's not
keep lowering it.
He wants to see what looks important on here and what is worth investigating with the time he has to spend.
Okay. So we're at 8, 9 plus
11?
2. Yeah, we're at 11.
Yeah, you just make it. Yeah.
As Cyclops quickly scrubs through the more recent audio recordings, 3 log entries stand out to him over the rest.
The test subjects are flowing in now. Vagabond mutants that no one will even notice have gone missing. I will start my first round of nanite sentinel injections this afternoon on my new test subjects. The nanites are still only contagious through touch. I need to make it airborne for it to be as effective as possible. Survival rate is still only at 1%, so that is promising. However, I need to test my nanites on mutants with a healing factor to truly prove its effectiveness. To that end, I will program my sentinels to hunt down some for me tonight. The mutants with healing factors have managed to keep my nanite sentinels at bay, it seems. They don't even appear to be spreading the nanites either. Troublesome, but I remain confident that my nanite sentinels will adapt and overcome, just as designed. Soon, even these stubborn mutants will succumb and spread my beautiful virus to all of their wretched kind. Production of my nanite sentinels are to be wrapped up as soon as... What are you doing here? I didn't...
The final audio recording was dated 3 days ago.
Psych's pretty ticked off. He's very alarmed. Seeing, as you pointed out, again, thank you, that this looks like a portable device. He's got the information he wants. He's going to try to pick up that computer console and put it in his mini. I don't know. He's got that satchel, belt, whatever. He's got that thing with the device in it as well. So once he takes that, he wants to check in with mutants to make sure that they're okay. Just thinking about this mission parameters. So we're trying to extract the mutants, right? That were kidnapped and captured, but we also want to try to shut this place down as well, right?
With the impression that you get from these logs is that there seems to be not only a sentinel factory just beyond these blast doors, but a nanite sentinel factory of some sort.
So our secondary objective is to shut this place down, right? So he's going to communicate to his colleagues there, his teammates. He says, if we can move those mutants, get them to the elevator shaft. I'll start looking for a way to access that blast door. Maybe we can set the charges and get out of here.
I'll even say that Psylocke with her ESP. ESP?
ESP, yeah.
ESP. was able to get some sort of psychic download from the other two unconscious individuals. It comes in bits and fragments. But
Right.
although she's never met them before,
She can sense if they're superhuman. Right?
yes, she'll know that they're not only are they mutant, obviously, yeah, but these two do seem to have like a similar healing factor to Rain and Wolverine. Maybe definitely not near their level, but it seems to be enough that it's kept them alive at this point.
Okay.
So anyone who seems to have a mutant healing factor doesn't seem to be contagious and can kind of hold off this
Right.
nanite disease of like terminating them. But it may not be a permanent situation. Like they seem to be succumbing.
Okay. So having known that and conveyed all that information, and we would like to try to start to extract them. So he's going to make sure that if Wolverine seems that he can manage to carry the other two mutants that aren't Rain, there's just three.
There's just three in that room. Yes.
Okay. So Cyclops, as he's exiting the room there with the console in his
He's got a
satchel,
little bit of movement left. I see here on this turn.
yeah, he's going to make sure that Wolverine, you grab those two other mutants on the ground, and then he's going to mention to Cannonball, even though he probably doesn't need to. Cannonball's already going to be at Rain and trying to be picking her up. He's also going to try to extract her to the elevator.
Okay.
Right?
So with the threats at this point being neutralized, we'll just kind of fast track this a little bit. Psylocke will kind of clear out of the way, and you can tell me where she's going to go later, but we'll have Wolverine pick up these two individuals here, and you say we'll get them back and just put these guys onto the
Imagine
the
Wolverine's, I don't know if he's got mighty, but he'd be able to...
these guys, yeah. Say she's propped up against the wall there.
Okay, sounds very good. So he'll get her to the elevator. Now, again, Cyclops is going to mention to them, rescuing our friends and these mutants here is only half the job. We've got into the job, and that's just shut this place down. Stop these mutant hunting monsters, the Sentinels, from attacking any more of us. So he's going to say to the rest of the team that once those mutants are safe in the elevator, get ready. And so he's going to go up to the blast doors there, and he's going to try to activate them with the key card that Forge
the door
gave
is these blast doors are still, they seem to be one of the few doors that aren't a part of the computer system. So yeah, we'll still need to use the skeleton key card to unlock that panel there.
Okay.
Where would Psylocke be?
Yeah, so she would probably get up to be on the other side of the door, sort of adjacent to where, or opposite to where Psyche is.
Okay, kind of flanking.
Yep.
Opening the door there with Cyclops.
Cannonball is going to hold back just a little bit so that he can put out his blast shield if he needed to protect them, and Wolverine's going to run up to or get ready beside Psyche. Yeah, he's going to be
here. You want to go closer? Or?
Yeah, as far as he can move, but no, not up there, I don't think. But yeah. So they're going to get ready as those blast doors open. Yeah, Cyclops is going to look at his team and say, "Everybody ready? Everyone got your charges?" And he's going to activate the door.
Okay. So let's give me a logic check.
Just before he inserts the device into the keypad, he's going to look over his shoulder. He's going to look at every one of his team members, and he's going to see that Wolverine has got his battle stance ready. He looks at Psylocke and sees that she's concentrating on the task at hand. And he looks over and he sees Cannonball, and he looks nervous. And he's glancing back at his friend, and he says to Cannonball, "Cannonball, look, I know you're concerned about your friend Rain, but there's a reason why you've been asked to be on this team. We need you to take this place down, and fast." Cannonball will look back at him, sort of buck himself up and say, "Okay, you got it, sir. You're right. I'm ready." And then he's going to go back to the control panel, and we're going to do one heck of a logic check.
Okay.
All right, that's not too bad. So we got a 4 and a 5 and a 3 on the Marvel. So that's 12 plus is 2 for logic, gives us a 14.
14, yeah. The target number we're sending for that one was only a 12. So yeah, we easily clear that one. Okay.
Excellent. So he slices through the door.
He slices the door. The large, heavy iron blast doors finally give away and do finally lift up with a grind of steel on steel as it slowly makes its way up into the ceiling above and opens up a portal to a massive factory beyond. The factory presently is in dim and dark light, but as soon as the blast doors reaches its apex at the top, lights begin to kind of flicker on, starting at the front and kind of moving back into this cavernous massive factory area. But first and foremost, what you see as soon as the lights kind of turn on to the center of this factory,
boy, here we go.
we get not one sentinel, not two sentinels, but we also a different version of sentinel, a sentinel that almost every X-Men here does recognize as they've messed with before, but coming slowly from the back of the room, hovering above the ground, having energy, pink, purple energy crackling all around him. And the deadliest sentinels ever known to mutant kind, Nimrod, has appeared.
No.
How he got here? Still a mystery, but it's bad news for the X-Men.
What is that guy doing here?
There are structural support pillars that are noticed when the lights finally illuminate this entire factory back there. So
That's
the columns you see
know.
are structural support pillars. They seem to be prime targets for detonation. If those go, the whole building will kind of collapse in on itself.
Okay, that's good to know.
And the weight of the earth above and everything will obviously collapse in as well too. So with that out of the way, we're gonna have to roll for initiative. Every single one of the X-Men managed to get a Marvel on the Marvel die when rolling for initiative, so they're going to go in a bonus round, which is amazing. Only one Sentinel, this Sentinel right here, got a Marvel, so he will also participate in the bonus rounds.
To their collective left.
To the collective left, the team's left, yeah.
Yeah.
Wolverine will be going up first in initiative order in the bonus round.
Right, so Wolverine's going to go first. He recognizes all three threats currently on the table. So Wolverine's just going to do what Wolverine does, and that ain't very nice. So he's going to run right in, and I mean, can he get to the closest Sentinel from where he is right there?
You know what? Yeah, we can actually just get there. We can
just the tip, just the tip of the claws. That's all he needs.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. It's just close enough.
Okay. So yeah, he's going to get in there and start tangling with that first Sentinel. I'll clear the way. You guys get those charges planted. And he just runs right in. Now that I realize he also has a charge on him somewhere, but okay, all right, that's fine.
Every single one of the X-Men has a charge on them.
Okay, so everyone has a charge on. Okay. All right, well, that's important. So as he rushes in, claws out, he goes towards the first enemy that he can reach to try to draw their attention. Look like the meanest, baddest guy on the field. Well, he's just going to start slicing and dicing. So I think his best attack would be a focused fury attack.
Okay.
So that will give him an edge. He's going to spend 10 focus. So that will give him, for every 2 points of focus, he gets 1 + 2 his damage modifier. Focused fury on that one Sentinel. Come on, Wolvie. All right. So we got a 1, a 4, and a 4. He does have an edge.
Okay.
I just want to know if I want to roll that 1 or roll that 4 for the damage.
Melee's not that high. The target number for melee you're looking for is 13 on the Sentinel.
Okay, so we got 5, 9. Yeah, so we did make it with what we have here. So we're going to re-roll that Marvel and go Marvel Fish.
Okay.
Here we go. Come on. It's a 6, so that's definitely better than a 4. It's not quite a Marvel, but we'll work with it. All right.
Against Wolverine's adamantium claws, it's only damage reduction 1.
So it's the same Sentinels we dealt with that were attacking the Blackbird.
Yeah, these are the same Mark IV Sentinels.
Okay. So then that's a 6 times 4. So 24 plus 6. So it gives us 30. Plus we added an extra 5 from his Focused Fury. So we're doing 35 points of damage against this guy.
35. Nice opening salvo there, yeah?
Yeah.
So he starts cutting in up the leg and gets to the thigh, gets a little bit to the torso, and so he's just opening this guy up.
Considering this is the bonus round, that's a pretty good opening.
Yeah, so that's his movement, that's his action. I don't think he's got a reaction use, right? So
Not at the moment, no.
Okay, so that will bring us to Psylocke.
She is going to be a little bit out of range to run in there, isn't she?
Okay. She's only got 5.
Yeah.
She'd just be a little bit behind Wolverine.
So what size of an object do you think that she could pick up? She's glancing over at this cargo container.
In a combat term, yeah, if she wants to lift anything that's a little bit larger than human size, if we're going to like a vehicle size, then we'll just have trouble on anything that she wants to pick up and throw, because it might be just too much strain on her. But if she wants to move a piece like this, she can easily pick that up. I'd say she can probably pick this half up without the trouble, I would say. We can call this an improvised throw, but she'll use her logic.
She's going to move into the room, start heading towards Wolverine.
Okay. Straight into the room this way.
Yeah, and then as she's moving trying to get as far as she can go with that. She's also going to telekinetically pick up the large metal container that's right there.
Okay.
In front of her, part of the canister.
Okay.
And then she's going to telekinetically pick that up and try to hurl it at the Sentinel that Wolverine's currently fighting.
Okay, awesome. So she's gonna pick this up, and with all her might, it's a fairly heavy, but it's just within her capability to pick up. Can hover just above this guy's head in the cabinets, the ceiling above,
Absolutely.
and just gonna like
and just drop it like an anvil
right on top of this guy. All right, awesome. Yeah,
Absolutely.
so that will be a logic check.
Okay.
And again, we'll add 1 to your damage modifier. So
Excellent. So it's like using a weapon.
Yeah, it's an improvised weapon.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Excellent. Love it. Okay. Let's go. Okay, so a 5 and a 4, and then a 3 on the Marvel.
Okay. Target number for his agility defense would be a 12.
Okay, so 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so we got 12 plus for logic attack. So that was a 4. So we have a 16.
Damage reduction would still apply here.
Yeah, damage reduction would apply. Okay.
So bring the 4 down to a 2. So 2 times 3.
Yeah, not great. So yeah, it's only 6 plus 4. That's 10 points of damage.
Yeah.
Great.
So,
all right, so a little bit of damage, but you know,
yeah,
maybe
chipping away. So 10 points of damage when she drops this massive cylinder, this iron cylinder right on top of his head. It had some sort of chemical inside of it that seems to have leaked out days ago. So it is mostly empty.
Okay.
But yeah, so it rings his bell a little bit. That would bring us then to Cyclops.
Yeah, so Cyclops is doing some threat assessment. What I'd really like to do is start dropping things real fast to get through those pillars. Barrage is really tempting right now, but I think what he's going to do is he's going to look back at Cannonball at this point in time. He's going to say to Cannonball, "Cannonball, you ready? Get blasting!" And then he's going to, with that, give him the combat support, which is 10 focus.
Okay.
Once per battle, the character chooses an ally within earshot. The ally makes an action check before this. If the ally makes an action check before the start of the character's next turn, he automatically rolls a 1 on the Marvel die.
Okay, great.
So it's a once per battle, but we're going to spend the 10 focus on that and get Cannonball blasting right in there.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's Cyclops' action.
That's his action.
Okay. And does he want to move in a little closer, stand put?
He doesn't want to get into melee. He's going to be back support and take some attacks. So where he's standing right now, as he's just basically going to give Cannonball the order to rush in there. But I think he's just going to back up a little bit and just sort of keep his back to the edge there of the door, so that way he can always just sort of make sure that he's got his visor ready to go and get around the edge of the blast door too.
Okay, so back up maybe just a space over here.
Yeah, he doesn't want to take any lucky shots from the Sentinels.
Okay, so that brings us to the Sentinel on the collective left side, the one that's been taking some hits here.
All right.
He's also in the bonus round, and he'll activate now. So he's got this rabid Wolverine kind of slicing and dicing him. He's just got his bell rung by this massive iron container. So I think his primary target right now, I think, would be Wolverine. So he's actually just kind of raise up one of his arms and just kind of go down and try to clobber him right on top of Wolverine's head there.
Bring it on, Tin Man!
Giant metal fist there. So he's just going to make a melee close attack. Not too bad. I got a 5 on the Marvel die and 3s on the other dice.
Oh dear.
So that will bring us up to an 11. Probably isn't going to do it. That only gives me a 16.
Actually, 16 is his defense score.
Oh, right on. We just make it. So that's going to be a 5 on the Marvel, and he has damage reduction, correct?
Yes, he's got -1. Yeah, so Wolverine has damage reduction. Yeah.
Reducing the multiplier by 1 would be a 5. So 5 times 5 is 25. Plus another 5 is 30 points of damage.
So yeah,
Not
the best you got.
Wolverine takes in just a shot, kind of runs down the side of his chin as the Sentinel kind of, and his fist bangs into the floor as well too. Okay, he's gonna not back down or move. I think he's good in this position here, so that will be the Sentinel's turn, quick and easy. All right, that brings us up to Cannonball, the last activation of the bonus round.
Right, so Cannonball hears Cyclops' order to get blasted, and he's like, well, if there's 2 things I'm good at, they're blasting. And so he's going to do his signature ram attack.
Okay, who's his target for this ram attack?
Yeah, so he's going to get blasted, and he's going to head straight into that room, and he's going to try to take down that Sentinel that's been wounded by some of Wolverine. Yes, Wolverine's been working on that Sentinel, so he's going to blast right in there. So he's going to use his movement, his action to do a double movement, and then he's going to use one of his reactions to ram into that Sentinel.
Awesome. Okay. That's going to be a close melee attack then.
Yes.
With edge.
With edge.
Because it's
with
a
edge.
signature attack.
Thank you. And we have that one on the Marvel die from Cyclops.
That's right. It's already got a Marvel, yeah. And you only need to beat 13.
Okay, so, well, I mean, we did all right. I'm going to take the edge. Well, we already got the one on the Marvel, so I'm going to actually re-roll this one, and if I can roll 6.
Oh, we're looking at an Ultimate
It
Fantastic.
could be an Ultimate Fantastic. So here's his edge for that re-roll.
Oh, so close.
Yeah, it's a 6 and a 5. So we definitely hit. And we've got that Marvel. So that will be triple damage.
Triple damage, goodness.
Yeah. Well, he's full on blasting. So
Right.
he's got his. We buffed it up to a 6 modifier for his melee. So it'll be reduced to 4. So 6 times 4 is 24 plus 5. So it's 29 points of damage, tripled.
Right, 29. Let's just run that up to 30, make it easy math. So that'll be 90.
90 points of damage.
Let's be generous and call it 90 points of damage.
Oh, thank you.
My goodness. Wow. He's rocked. He's so close. He's got just only a little bit of health left.
The thing is, with his signature move, Ram, on a fantastic Marvel, he can also knock this machine prone or knock it back. Is that?
Yeah, because when you get a Marvel on the die, it not only doubles the damage, but you do, as a default, can do, if he has Mighty, he can do knockback.
Yeah.
An incredible amount of knockback if you really wanted to. So
I think I want to try to aim him towards that pillar that we're trying to take
awesome.
out.
Okay, so not only does he kind of cannonball right into this guy, as he bashes into the chest of this Sentinel, and dents and almost plows right through it. He manages to knock this guy back. I'd say we did 90 points of damage. Yeah, this pillar would absorb most of that damage. I'd say as he cracks into it, bashes into it, dents it, bends it a little bit. But yeah, that's what you're aiming for. You want to push it.
Yeah, we definitely wanted to shove him right into that support pillar.
Yeah.
That's right. So it's looking pretty cracked.
It's bent, it's bowed. Yeah, it's almost useless, but it's still technically standing. And it did stop his momentum of plowing right through it.
So Cannonball, because it's a ram attack, he will take some damage on that. But it's just regular damage.
So it'd be 29 points of damage.
Yeah, because he also has a damage reduction of 2.
Yes. Okay. So that's his movement, his reaction. I think that's it for Cannonball. So that would bring us back into round 1. Very active.
Pretty good bonus round.
Yeah. Okay. So at the top of round 1, not only are we going to it will be Nimrod who'll be activating first at the top of round 1, but there are going to be some environmental effects that trigger as well too.
Oh, great!
Because Nimrod is plugged into this area and kind of electronically commanding a lot of the elements in this room, including these robotic arms and welders.
So he's like technically linked up to all these mechanical devices throughout the room.
Correct. Yeah. So I'm going to activate them at the end of characters' rounds.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so starting with Nimrod's, I think he's going to take a step back here and charge up an energy blast that he's going to target at our closest X-Men, which would be Wolverine. So he is going to make an elemental blast that will give him an edge on this attack, and he's going to pump a little bit of extra focus into it. 10 focus to add 5 more points of damage.
Okay.
He's kind of kind of Dragon Ball Z style. He's kind of like, he's got his hands together and kind of concentrating a ball of energy right in front of him. And then he just shoots his arm forward and shoots this.
Is it only one target or?
It's just one target. Yeah, it's elemental blast. It's similar to what the other Sentinels have been doing. But you will have an edge on the attack. Oh, not amazing. I'm going to reroll this Marvel. I got 2 in the Marvel. I'm going to reroll that. Only rolled it into a 3.
Okay.
So not great. 4, a 2, and a 3. So we're looking at a 9 before modifiers. Wow, his agility's not as strong as I thought it was. It's only a +3. I think this is a missing. Because that would only end up being a 12. And because Wolverine has I think it's called Brawler or Brawling.
That's right, Brawling, yeah.
Yeah, any agility attack, he can use his, he treats it as a melee attack.
Yeah, so it's a 16 you have to hit.
I would have to do a 16, yes, I'm not even close. So I might have one of his Sentinel buddies actually help out burn a reaction. And we're going to, again, Reroll that Marvel die. I gotta get better than that. 6. Okay. 6 on the Marvel die. That hopefully gets us there. 10, 12, again plus 15. Still not enough.
No, 16, yeah. Just gotta be able to hit.
All right. So, best efforts. All in the vein. The attack actually just shoots just between this guy. He kind of rocks his shoulder out of the way as a shot comes by and blasts this wall in between all the X-Men there. And repositioning himself, he's going to move back, just kind of hover back here and encourage the X-Men to kind of come into his domain a little deeper.
Okay.
Okay, so unfortunately a little uneventful, but
that's just a warning shot.
I'll consider it a warning shot. Yeah, that will be Nimrod, and that brings us back to Wolverine.
Yeah. So Wolverine got hit by the last Sentinel attacks, which means I think he's berserking right now. He's
correct.
Is he in a berserk rage?
So that actually does increase his melee defense a little higher. Actually, his melee defense would then be 18. You're right. He took.
Yeah, he took 30 points of damage.
30 points of damage. You'd have to roll against that to see if he's actually raging. Let's roll for that now. I think you have to roll under 30.
Make an ego check with a target number equal to the amount of damage done.
Yeah. So
how does he roll over a 30?
An ultimate fantastic. Let's go. No, not even close. Okay, so yeah, he's berserk.
All right. Well, I guess he's, according to his berserker rage, he wants to take out that Sentinel that rung his bell a little bit. So he's going rah right after that one Sentinel. Wolverine's got to do what Wolverine does, and he's just going to finish off that one Sentinel. So he gets pinned up against that pillar.
Yeah, he's pinned up against this pillar right now. So Wolverine will come charging in and try to finish him off with the claws.
He's going to do a hit and run. So he's going to try to slice and dice through that Sentinel and then get a little extra movement.
Awesome.
After that.
Okay.
Let's see what we got.
Close attack with
and we do have an edge.
We do have an edge.
So we're going to want to use that on the Marvel.
The target number is 13.
Yeah, well, we got 13 on the die plus his attack.
Awesome.
But we have an edge, so we're going to re-roll this 3 on the Marvel die and try to fish for something a little bit better than that.
Let's do it.
5. Okay, so triple 5. Okay, so damage reduction by 1. Okay, so his melee is 4, so 5 times 4 is 20 plus 6, so that's 26 points of damage.
You're only looking for at least 15 points of damage. So that was enough to just claw this guy down. So Wolverine just starts low, starts chopping off the knees, starts torso, arms, then head, and the whole thing is just starting to crumple down and falling down. Yeah, Wolverine just knocks the head right off, slices the head right off this guy.
Okay.
Falls down.
And sorry with that hit and run, so I'll get my. I think I didn't take my full 5.
No, you only have about two spaces there to get up to him within melee.
Okay.
So that gives you the 3, almost and half that. Let's say you have the 6 extra spaces.
6 extra spaces, yeah. Okay.
Let's go.
Is he still berserking? I just have a question about that. Is that
he is berserking if there's enemies still for him to attack? But he now has basically his choice of which enemy he wants to go after, I'd say.
Okay. Well, in that case, he's probably going to go after Nimrod.
Okay.
The only thing is when he moved past Cannonball, was there any chance that Cannonball could grab that charge that Wolverine's got on him? Like he could just kid, hold this, and he throws the charge towards.
He could have been
towards Cannonball, and then he charges right towards that Sentinel to finish him off. Then he's like, "Who's next?"
The explosive off Wolverine and give that to Cannonball, but Cannonball can pick it up for free as he just scoops by.
Okay, so he just sort of threw it at his feet.
Yeah. 6 spaces off towards.
Yeah.
Nimrod, so gets him really close. It's about 2 spaces out. So at the end of Wolverine's turn, one of these mechanical welders is going to activate, and it's going to hover off the ground a little bit and start moving. Well, it's going to shift a little bit closer, I think, to Cannonball, and it's going to power up its welder. And this is like a superheated blowtorch style welder, which has a short range, but it's like it can make a range attack,
like a fusion gun.
Yeah, kind of like make this superheated energy attack.
Oh dear.
At Cannonball here, so it's going to shoot its welding laser. Cannonball, it's going to make an agility attack.
Oh shoot.
So we've got only not a lot. That's 6 plus 3. That's not going to do it. It's 9 plus 2. It's only going to be an 11. So unfortunately, this superheated energy beam blasts at Cannonball, but doesn't come close or doesn't hit the target, and probably welds and melts the ground right next to where he was standing. But otherwise, it's out of its unscathed.
Things are getting heated in here.
That would now bring us to, I believe Psylocke is up next.
All right, so Psylocke's turn. She's up. She sees the one Sentinel go down. One of those mechanical devices just seemingly just spontaneously came to life and just started taking pot shots at Cannonball. She's going to use her parkour ability, just sort of just run in there, leap over that downed Sentinel, and try to get to that support beam that's been weakened. And she's going to try to place that bomb, the device. She's going to try to place the device that we all came here to do. So
Okay. So
it may take her action to try to get her there, but I'd like to hear her to
yeah. So let's
nimbly.
do some fun parkour action. So she'll kind of run up behind Cannonball here, get up on top of this metal container, run on top of the Sentinel, and kind of flip right down here. And I'd say that's at least 10 squares. I would say that for free, she would kind of notice that this device behind her looks peculiar, and she does start to see some vials kind of placed in the top of this spinning, rotating top here. It's like there's these holes that you kind of put vials into, like little test tubes, and these test tubes seem to have like little glowing, blinking lights inside of this weird jello, like a liquid inside.
Oh, she holds her breath.
Yeah. So based on what she's heard previously, based on the experiments, she's getting the feeling that this might be where he's kind of creating these concoctions. These nanite sentinels might be formed or created inside this machine behind her.
Yeah. All right. And because we did this in training, she knows how to activate this thing. But me being not sure, what is required for her to place this bomb then? Is it a logic check again?
To activate the explosive, it's going to take a logic check of only a 12.
All right. So she used her movement and her action to get over here.
Mm-hmm.
So unfortunately, she can't really do much help in combat right now, but she is in position to place that bomb for her next turn.
Okay, great. Yeah, perfect. So that brings us then to Cyclops.
Okay. Cyclops is going to strut all, I'm in command here. He's going to start moving into the door frame.
Okay, we'll move him in about half his movement, I'd say.
Yeah. Psych is going to walk into that room and he's going to say to Nimrod, "Here's an energy blast from a pro." And he's going to charge up and do exactly that, elemental blast. And he's going to pump his energy into it as well. So he's going to spend 10 focus on this elemental blast right at Nimrod.
Okay.
If he moved up his full movement, could he get within range of Nimrod?
Yes, he would. Yeah, he moves up here. He's within 10 of Nimrod. Yep. So he moves up his full movement, gets within 10 spaces, and let's hit him with
an elemental blast.
So yeah, open up that visor and blast away.
Yeah, full yield. Here we go.
With an edge.
With an edge. Let's see what we can do.
Marvel.
We got a Marvel.
Got the Marvel.
Let's see if we can't improve our chances to hit.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's 2 and 1 on the other dice.
Yeah, okay. So we got a 5 and a 2 and a Marvel.
5 at 2 and a Marvel. Excellent. That should hit. You're looking at because it's against his agility. So his agility is actually only 12.
Oh, great. So that will hit, and it's a Marvel, so we're going to double the damage.
Awesome.
Is there a damage reduction?
Does have damage reduction. You're not going to like this one. Damage reduction 3, -3.
Oh,
so we're going to reduce the modifier by 3.
Well, you're no fun. All right, yeah. So he gets his shields up, but the full-on visor blast from Cyclops, and because it was a fantastic, I believe he also applies the blinding special condition.
Right. Yeah. He would do the blinding special condition.
Okay, so it will be so 6 reduced to 3, so 3 times 6 is 18 plus 5, but we also increased the damage by another 5, so we're at 28 times 2, so 56 points of damage.
56 points of damage. Wow. Very.
Plus this is blind status, which is really, really nice.
What Nimrod is going to do is he's going to use his reaction to do his elemental shield. So you'll kind of like the energy that's crackling around him kind of forms thicker in front of the blast from Cyclops, and as the blast is kind of barreling into him while they hold the attack, as he's just pouring into him for 2 seconds, and Nimrod is focusing his elemental shield at the point of where Cyclops is blasting him. but it absorbs most of the attack, but only absorbs at least 30 points of the attack, but the rest of the attack from Cyclops will punch through and hit him right in the chest.
Minus 30. Oh gosh, that's not very
56
much.
minus 30 only leaves us with 16. So 16 points of damage will actually punch through.
Now, is he also blind? Blind condition?
The blind condition will, the blind condition takes effect. Okay, great. So great work, Cyclops, putting in a good amount of damage and blinding Nimrod. All right, is that it for Cyclops?
Yeah, he's used his full movement. He's used his action. So, yeah, he's just going to be there in the middle of the room, ready to command his team.
Okay. So at the end of Cyclops' turn, we're actually going to have another robotic arm, I think, activate here. This guy is going to move in, hover over towards Wolverine, and is going to make a melee grab attack against him, which is, gosh, at least going to be an 18, I believe, as Wolverine's.
I know Wolverine's melee is. Oh, that's right, because he's still raging.
He's raging.
Still berserk.
Yeah, he's still berserk.
Okay.
So I think we're gonna have this arm try to grab a rabid raging Wolverine. Not likely to happen. No, that's not even gonna be close.
Tries to grab him with his pincers.
Yeah. So I only rolled a 2 on the Marvel dice, a 5 and a 1. Even if I had an edge to reroll that, I'm not even gonna get close to 18. So yeah, so the pincer kind of tries to grab at Wolverine and just doesn't quite get close. He dodges out of the way, kind of flips over the top of this thing as it reaches down to grab him. Yeah, doesn't even slow him down.
All right. Okay.
Okay. So does bring us to the other Sentinel who is unscathed by this attack. He's going to actually move in close as well too, and he wants to grab Psych.
Mutants detected. Detainment protocol still activated.
The last protocol these guys were given was to capture and detain all mutants to be tested upon. So he's going to try to grab Cyclops. Let's see if he makes it. It's going to be a melee check against Cyclops' melee defense.
Oh boy. All right, not great.
Neither was the roll. I got a 2 on the Marvel die, a 2 and a 3, so it's 5, 6, 7. 7 plus 5 is only a 12.
Yeah, that's what he needed.
Oh.
Well,
Cyclops will use his reaction to break free.
Yeah. He'll definitely have to use a reaction to try to break free. So how does he do that? He has to use his strength?
Yeah, it will be a melee check against the Sentinel's melee defense, which is a 13.
All right, so I guess Cyclops has been grabbed. These guys are real huggers here. So Cyclops is then going to try to use his reaction to break free of the grab. The target number is 13. Ooh.
Oh, easily.
Yeah, we got 2
yeah.
6s and a 5 on the Marvel die.
Yeah, so
we got a 17 plus 2, so we got a 19.
yeah. So although the Sentinel reaches down and tries to grab Cyclops, I'd say like he probably uses his visor or optic blast maybe to force the arm, push it away, and try to get himself out of this.
Hands off the material.
Yeah, combination of pushing in with his arms and kind of blasting at the same time with his visor to give it that extra oomph, and was able to like just knock that arm back. Right. So now he's break freeze of the grab, but I guess we did use up his reaction for the round. Yeah. So that's it for the Sentinel. Okay, that brings us to Cannonball.
Cannonball's plan is to pick up that device from that Wolverine drops. Now he's got 2 devices. So his main goal is to try to set these things, but he sees that Psylocke's already headed to one pillar that he was closest to. So now he's going to try to veer off towards the other pillar, but at the same time, he's going to see if he can't do a bit of damage on that Sentinel as he goes blasting right through that Sentinel. So what we're going to do, I hate to just be repetitive, but I mean, his best attack is his ram attack.
It's
So,
a single attack.
that's what Cannonball does. Sorry, but like Cannonball's that's why he's on the team. He's gonna go blasting. So if you'll permit it, I want to use his movement and his action to do some more movement and just blast right into that Sentinel.
Yeah, we'll be a little liberal with that. So his intent would be to blast not only at him but past him once he hits.
His intention is to go right.
So just continue towards that.
Keep going right through that, and then head towards that pillar that's on the other
so he
side.
blasts and tries to take the head off the Sentinel and keep moving right past him after he hits him. So let's roll for that melee attack then.
Okay, let's do this.
Again,
Let's
you
go.
have edge and melee defense is 13. Oh, sorry, 13.
All right, let's see if we can't get this here. Oh yeah, we got a Marvel. That is fan-frickin-tastic.
Okay, awesome.
Love it. All right, so that means we're gonna do not 1, not 2, but triple the damage.
Triple damage again.
That's
Oh, geez.
amazing.
So if it's the same modifiers as was before, we're going to quickly do the math on that and say we'll round up to.
It will be the
very
same
generous.
modifier,
We're going to say it's be 90 points of damage to that Sentinel,
Yeah.
which takes him well down below half.
I would like to use his reaction pop his shield now because I don't want him to keep taking that much damage.
Okay, so we'll use one of his 2 reactions to do the ram attack, and his second reaction will be to use his kinetic shielding
Yeah.
to prevent at
To
least
try to
20
prevent-
points of damage.
That's right. It's 20 points of damage, but it's 20, technically be 29.
Yeah.
Wow. Huh. Interesting. This ram is really starting to put some damage in on him. But so then his shield would go down because he took his 20 points of damage. But because he's Cannonball, we're going to revert to the old rules, which means he won't. Does he take?
Because
the
I'm going to
rest of
say
the damage?
because we're going to honor Cannonball's famous line of I'm not invulnerable when I'm blasting.
I'm not vulnerable when I'm
So
blasted.
we'll use the as written in the core rules version of for Cannonball. When the energy shield goes down, it will negate any additional damage that happens to him.
So can I get my full 30 movement
yeah,
thing?
we're gonna say you easily get up to this.
Okay, great.
Pillar
Because I
right
want
there
to be
as well
in
too,
position to be able to plant those charges.
Yeah. So an amazing blast from Cannonball just hits this guy kind of right off the chin and off the shoulder and kind of knocks this guy back.
Could I
and
also
flies by.
force him to go backwards?
Yes,
with
because we got
that-
knockback. You're right.
Yeah, we've got that Marvel.
Yeah, 5 times 4 is 20, so
20.
we knock him back 20 spaces.
Nice. Oh gosh, yeah, that's sending them.
So you kind of like crash through this debris here and scatter that off the side as he's going. And then he's going to kind of crash land, let's say right on his arm here, and kind of fall and bust up this arm that was kind of already damaged to begin with and knock this over as well too. So this arm that would have been blasting at the end of a round at anybody in his attack range, which actually would have been Wolverine,
Oh dear.
is now being negated by this guy falling down and crushing on top of it.
Nice. So as he's blasting over top of Cyclops' head into that Sentinel, he's like, "Pardon me, sir, coming through!" And he's gonna knock down that Sentinel and say, "I'm your dance partner now, buddy." And then, he'll knock that Sentinel blasting him back as he heads towards that other pillar.
Cannonball will be last to activate, so there's only one other thing to activate at the end of this round. Actually, there's 2 things. Pardon me. There's 2 things to activate at the end of this round now. That Cannonball did an amazing attack and coincidentally also took out this arm. We have this arm here that's still primed and ready to fire.
Oh dear.
And we're going to actually activate this laser arm, laser welding device first. Closest guy to attack I think would also be Cannonball. It doesn't have to move that far because it's got some range. So we're going to make a range attack against Cannonball again. I think the target number is 14. Ooh, gets a Marvel, a 6 and a 5.
Oh shoot. Well, that hits. All
Ooh,
right.
that's going to hit. We're going to do double damage. So it's only in this. Cannonball has damage reduction, correct?
He's got a damage reduction of 2. Yes. I might want to
So that just
spend
makes
a
it a-
karma to. I don't want a Marvel.
Well,
yeah.
he only has a modifier of 2, so it makes it a flat roll. So the damage right now is 6.
Oh, then that's. But you said it was doubled.
It will be, a 6 plus 2 would be 8, so actually will be doubled to 16. And he doesn't have any more reaction, so it would be taking 16. If you don't want him to take 16 points of damage, you can use a karma to reroll the Marvel dice.
Yeah.
Right, so we're only looking at 16 damage total.
Is it a reaction to use karma?
No, you can use karma.
right.
To reroll dice, you can use karma.
I mean, with that brilliant move as he flies through, I want to try to use his karma. He's just feeling like that he's top of the world right now, so he's going to use that karma to try to negate that Marvel, or hopefully make him not roll another
4. I think that's still enough to hit.
Oh yeah, that'll be enough to
But,
hit
yeah,
for sure.
So that would only be 6 points of damage.
Okay, perfect. All right,
Nice. Well done.
getting a little singed here, guys, but we got this.
So this arm now behind Nimrod is going to power up, and any enemies within its attack, we're going to be a little bit liberal here. We're going to say that Cyclops is just within this massive overcharged blast that's going to come out of this arm. So because it's beyond range 10, its attack is going to be at disadvantage.
So have trouble on the roll.
Yeah, trouble on the roll.
Well, that's
So
still
we roll a 6, 6, 3, a 3 on the Marvel dice. So a 12, 13.
Right, it's
gotta
trouble.
roll
You
the
have
last
to
one, yeah.
you have to take one of your
Thank
sixes.
you.
Yeah.
A 12 plus 2, we're looking at 14 for his agility defense.
Okay, agility is 15.
Wow, okay. So
Yeah, he's got evasion.
Nice. He sees the attack coming, and Cyclops able to definitely just dodge out of the way as this blast just right past him. Okay, yeah, starting at top of round 2, it's going to be Nimrod's turn. So Nimrod wants to start getting into the mix of things. So he's actually going to fly and hover over to about here, and he is going to do a Nova Burst, which I believe
Sounds fun.
yeah, so as he's kind of moving over into the center of this room, and he starts charging himself up in this crackling pink-purple energy that's surrounding him, and almost kind of like ripping up the ground around him as he's moving, pulling up panels off the ground. He's supercharging himself. He's starting to glow like this pink and yellow light is kind of emanating off of him. So when we make this supernova attack, we're going to pump up the damage a little bit by adding more focus into it. We're going to add another 10 focus on top, make it a 25 focus total, and we're going to add 5 more damage to it. This is a ego attack.
Does it require line of sight?
Ego check. It doesn't require line because he's just kind of bursting out.
Okay, so he won't have trouble on it.
Yeah. So all these attacks are bursting out from the center of him and going out at least 10 spaces. So that will encompass.
It's going to get
everybody.
Wolverine.
Let's see if we're going to get. Yeah, that will actually get all of our heroes here. It's a 4 on the Marvel die, 1 and 4 on the other 2 dice. So we're looking at presently 8, 9 plus 7, I believe, which gives me a 16.
Yeah.
And that would be against everyone's resilience.
Oh,
which I think hits most everybody except for maybe Wolverine, whose resilience also got bumped up because he's raging still.
Yeah. So he's a 16 resilience. So no, that won't.
So 16, it will come up to an 18 for Wolverine because of the plus
18,
2. Yeah. So I think everyone else will get hit by that. Okay.
That is correct. Yeah, that'll hit.
So I know Cannonball has damage resistance, so we'll do him separately.
Okay.
But Cyclops and Psylocke will take, help me out here, 4 times 9, 36.
Yep. Is this one of those damages that when you hit multiple targets, usually it's halved?
Yeah.
Okay.
9 times 4 is 36 plus 7 plus the additional 5 for pumping up the focus. So 48.
Yeah.
Cut that in half. We're looking at 24. 24 damage for Cyclops and for Psylocke.
Oh, man.
And Cannonball, because that gets bumped down by 2, that would end up being a 7 times 4
is
28.
Yeah.
Yeah, 28, right?
Plus
7, plus 5.
40.
Okay, half of that.
It's 20.
20 damage would go through to for Cannonball over there. How's Cannonball looking?
Not great.
Uh-oh. Okay. Get these charges planted and get these guys out of here. Okay, then that means let's go with Wolverine.
So he didn't get hit by that. Is he still berserk?
He's still berserk, yeah. There are enemies on the field, so he's berserk until all the enemies are gone.
He's going to go at Nimrod.
Okay.
Now he's going to have advantage on this because Nimrod's still blind.
And he'll have double advantage because
he'll have an edge. Yes.
He'll have an edge.
Yeah.
Because Nimrod is blind.
Okay.
Because he is raging still. He's still berserk, so he has an
double edge.
Attack, yeah.
All right. Well, let's see.
If he has any other attacks that give him more edge, that will be triple edge.
Yeah. So he's going to probably use his vicious attack then.
Awesome.
That will give him another edge. So that's triple edge on this attack. All right. Let's hope we can make it work.
Okay.
Focused Fury, which means we can still pump some more energy into that. I'm going to pump as much energy as I can.
Okay.
So how much focus can Wolverine pump into his attack?
20. You can put 20 focus into one attack at one time.
Okay. So that 20 focus will give him an extra 10 to this multiplier.
Okay. Awesome.
So he's using 20 focus on this. He's just raging against this machine, this Nimrod. Okay, so we've got 3 and a 5 and a 6 on the Marvel.
Okay.
So we've got an edge. So we're going to go.
Your melee target score you're looking for is 14.
So we're at 20. So we make the attack, but I'm fishing.
Yeah,
I'm going fishing for this Marvel.
Can't do worse than a 6, so we'll roll it. Got it.
Now we're going to take.
Like we're wasting edges. You're fishing for the ultimate.
Great, because I got something I want to use with that.
I know.
I got something I really want to use with that.
Familiar.
Yes. So we've got our fantastic success on this. So this is fantastic because we pumped up the damage as much as we can.
Correct.
And we're going to double it. All right.
Yeah,
so let's go through that first.
So the modifier will be a -2 against his modifier.
So 5 gets reduced down to a 3.
Okay.
So 6 times 3 is 18 plus 6, which is 24.
Correct.
And we added the 10 for the damage.
Yeah, 34.
So 34 doubled, 68. Yeah.
He's going to use his reaction again. This guy's reaction's free, and he's going to put that shield up again to absorb at least 30 points of that damage.
All right.
Still a good chunk of damage going through. So 38 damage goes through.
All right, so now he's going to use his reaction.
Okay.
He's going to use his reaction because he got a fantastic result. He's going to use exploit.
Oh, nice.
So fantastic success on an attack using the character's weapon that deals at least 1 point of damage. So he's going to use 5 focus to make another melee attack against the target's resilience defense score. If the attack is a success, the damage it does ignores the health damage reduction.
Awesome. This is if this is against his resilience, it's 15.
All right, let's see what we can do.
But
here.
you have an edge because he's blinded.
Oh, good. All right, let's see what we can get. Okay.
Marvel.
Another Marvel.
Marvel 3/3.
Amazing. A 3 and a 3. We're going to re-roll that 3 into, well, it's still going to be a 3. So 6, 9. So that's 15 right there. 6 and 6, sorry, is 12 plus his other 6, which is an 18.
Yeah, that beats it. And you get a Marvel. So
and a
now
Marvel.
You're doubling this dice.
So we're doubling this, and there's no damage reduction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is pure
Wolverine.
Insides.
Yeah. Now, it was another attack, right? So what kind of attack could he do? Like, could he have...
You can apply bleed.
Okay. All right, well, it's going to be 6 times 5, which is 30. So 36 damage and doubled.
So 36 damage, that gets
72.
70, oh my gosh, 72 damage on top of everything else that he just did. He is not looking good. He's still up, but he is roughed up big time.
Amazing.
So not only does the first attack kind of slice the back of Nimrod open and gets through his energy shield and defense, when he sees that opening of Nimrod's armor kind of break open and the bright light of energy inside, he just goes for it even further and digs his claws in even deeper and starts working that open wound and starts opening it up like a can, and it just starts massively opening up the back end of Nimrod. He starts to spark light and plume out energy out of his back. So he takes massive damage of Wolverine's savage claw attack. At the end of Wolverine's turn, we're going to activate this. I think we're going to try to activate this. Oh gosh, what should we activate? All right, let's activate this guy. He activated last time first, so he's just going to hover in position here, and he's going to shoot this laser beam at Cyclops, the superheated laser, and it's an agility attack. Adding 2 to that. That's a pretty decent roll. 5 on the Marvel, a 6, a 4. That's 10, 15, 16, 17.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay, 17 roll does hit. So there's no damage modifier, so it would be a 5 times 2. That's 10, 12 points damage.
Okay. Yikes. He's not looking too great either.
Now it's Psylocke's turn.
People are getting roughed up, including herself. So she's going to plant that charge.
Okay. I'm going to charge on this
Yeah.
pillar here. Okay, excellent. So that will be a pretty simple logic check for her to make. Target number is 12.
All right, so we got a 4, a 5, and a 3 on the Marvel.
Okay.
So 9, 10, 11, 12, plus... logic's actually pretty good for her. So 4, so we're at 16.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, easily does it. Yeah, she recalls it verbatim and gets the charge primed and affixed firmly to this damaged pillar. Okay. That gives her full movement if she wants to move on somewhere else, get into attack position. What is she thinking now?
Maybe she might be able to use grab telekinesis and grab that charge from Psylocke.
The charge from Cyclops?
Try to grab the charge from Cyclops and then try to get it. So how far? It's 15, right? Because it's 5 times 3, so 15 spaces. So try to move her a little bit more towards the other pillar so that she's within 15 spaces, and then at the beginning of her next turn, she's going to try to grab Cyclops' charge.
That's 15 spaces, gets her close up here, so she'll take her full
She also wants to try to get the hell away from Nimrod, too.
Yeah.
So as far as you can get away from Nimrod and still be within 15 spaces.
Yeah, she moves 5 spaces?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be 5 spaces there.
That's all the 5? Oh,
yeah.
Darn. Doesn't move.
At the end of Psylocke's turn, we will activate one more of this arm here. We're going to hover here, and we can't get any close to anybody else, so we're going to try in vain, probably, another grab attack on that rabid Wolverine.
You never know.
Pull him off. Nimrod here. Let's roll high. I think we need to get almost an ultimate fantastic here. 5 on the Marvel die. That's a 6 for 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
No. He needs 3 more.
Maybe this Sentinel lying prone here will kind of see what's happening over his shoulder and just electronically send a message to this thing to recalculate its attack trajectory. And we'll reroll this too, burning that Sentinel's reaction to help teammates. Not worse. Okay, no. So even in vain, this claw again tries to grab a Wolverine. He just slips and pulls his arms out of the way.
So that was an attack against Wolverine?
That would be an attack.
He still has a reaction to use.
Sure.
Called Repost.
Okay.
Or Ripete. Seeing an enemy off balance, the enemy strikes back. So reaction. An enemy takes a close attack against the character that fails. The character makes a close attack on the enemy who just missed it.
So that'll be a melee attack. It's the melee defense is only 12. Pretty easy to hit.
We got a 5 and a 3 and a 6 on the Marvel.
Nice. So yeah, and that's 6 times. What's
6 times 5 is 30 plus 6, so 36 points of damage.
Yeah, that takes a good chunk out of this guy. That's almost half his health, full gun. Just one backhanded slash by Wolverine. He's not even really concentrating on this thing. To cut up the main servo pivot point here at the center. It kind of jams it up a little bit. Maybe claws up one of these pincer arms here and slices up the cords a little bit. Yeah, this thing is roughed up, sparking.
Lovely. Okay, good.
All right, so that does bring us to Cyclops. Yeah, Cyclops is up.
Yeah, he's not doing well in the health department. How's everything looking here in terms of like Nimrod? Like Nimrod's looking like
Nimrod's looking really roughed up. He's seeing a lot of open cuts in the armor, and he's kind of like emanating uncontrolled energy kind of sparking out of him, flying out of him. Yeah, he's looking really rough.
So again, like we're trying to work in tandem. We've got that psychic link up, so he knows that Psylocke's moving to the next pillar. He wants to be within position to be able to hold up that charge and sort of lob it to her.
Yeah, as a free action, you can even kind of take it off and just toss it.
Yeah, so he knows that
direction, knowing that she's going to be to grab it midair and trying to float it.
Exactly, herself. Teamwork makes the dream work. That's right. So doing that, he's going to sort of just lob it towards her,
okay.
And then he's going to shout to his team, "Let's get this done, everyone!" Then he's going to look at Nimrod and he's going to say, "I don't know what your plans are here, Nimrod, but when you're going up against the X-Men, your plans are doomed to fail." And so he's going to blast him and then try to take a step back.
Okay, yeah. We'll say it's at the end of Cyclops' turn where the blind condition will
so he'll have an edge. Fantastic. Yes. Okay, well, I'm not too worried about the other machinery. He's mostly focused on taking down Nimrod, so he's going to do just another focused energy blast, and he's going to pump a bit more energy into it. He's got a bit left to use, so he's going to do the full gambit on this one. He's going to do a full 20.
That's a little bit more focus, that's all.
Yeah, trying to pump this damage into it. Okay, well, we got a 5 and a 2 and a 3 on the Marvel. We need to do better than that.
Okay, yeah. There's first edge.
Nope. It's a 2, so we still have a 3 on the Marvel.
Yeah, still 3 on Marvel, and the second edge.
So 5 and a 2, that's 7, 8, 9, 10. So what does he need for? He's got a plus 6, so he's at a 16 right now.
Oh, you only needed 12.
Okay. Does he have anything to? Does he have combat?
Well, he's got one more edge.
Yeah, he's got one more edge.
Let's roll it again.
We're crit fishing, as they say.
There it is. There's the Marvel.
Amazing. Amazing. I love rerolls.
Okay, oh gosh. And he doesn't have his reaction to put up a shield against this, so this is...
It will have damage reduction.
Damage reduction of 3.
Oh, that's not great. But, well, all right, so...
Not much left in the tank.
6 times 3 is 18 plus 5, which is 23. We're going to add that 10 that he pumped into it. So we're at 33, and because it's a Marvel, we're going to double that damage.
Gosh, full damage here.
Full visor, full blast.
But yeah, just unleashes the opens up the visor almost to full tilt, and just a massive blast of concussive energy emanates from Cyclops and into the chest of Nimrod, and he starts to almost blow the top off of Nimrod.
Instead of moving back, as I said before, he's going to move forward. He's just going to just blast with that visor, moving right up to him.
So 66 points of damage that he just pours into Nimrod there. So because Nimrod does have regeneration abilities, every round he'll kind of start gaining health back, even though he's in the negative. So it will it'll actually be a couple rounds before he can actually get back on his feet. But you've definitely bought some time. So Nimrod is actually...
Does that cease the layer actions as well?
Yeah, because Nimrod was kind of like controlling these guys as well too. So for right now, these things are kind of...
They go inert?
Yeah, it goes inert, yeah. As, the energy of Cyclops' blast just takes off the torso of this guy, and he just kind of goes down here.
He's actually kind of also blinded too,
He doesn't have a head, so I'd say, yeah, he's pretty blind at this point. However, as soon as he goes down, you do kind of see tendrils just kind of slowly spiral out from the torso of Nimrod, looking for his blasted away pieces, and is trying to gather and recollect himself and reconstitute himself.
Let's get this done, people.
At the same time, other Sentinels along the perimeter of this building start powering on. You see these lights that were inert start to glow red as the eyes of the Sentinels start to activate.
Oh, sorry. There are other Sentinels in this vicinity?
Unseen on the map, there are Sentinels lining the back and side walls of this facility. This is a facility that has been making Sentinels for days and weeks and months now. So there are quite a few lining the walls, just a little bit off the map here. So these do see their lights of their eyes now powering on, and it's kind of flickering on all around the perimeter here. So within a few rounds, we're going to have a barrage of Sentinel fire.
Yeah, don't like that.
Coming at you guys, as well as Nimrod reconstructing himself. But very successful round for Cyclops, taking out the epic mutant hunter known as Nimrod. But that does give us this Sentinel who activates next. He's going to spend a space of movement to get up from prone. He's not in the healthiest of conditions, but seeing I think Cannonball would be his closest target here. He just kind of gets up off the ground. He just brings his left arm up in a hook and tries to hammer to the back of Cannonball with a melee attack, trying to strike him with his big gauntleted metal iron fist. Rolls a marble. 5, 6.
Oh,
wow.
Gosh.
Very good roll for this.
I didn't see it coming.
Down and out Sentinel. Yeah, definitely didn't see it coming.
I don't like to harshen anyone's fun, but can I use another karma point to?
You want to re-roll that marble?
Yeah, he's probably going to go down.
Suggest you do so. Yeah.
He's going to go down if he doesn't. So I need to. I'm going to burn one.
Okay.
So he's down to 1 karma left.
Okay. I'm going to re-roll that marble. Got a 2.
Oh, thank God.
The exact opposite.
I think it still hits though.
Yeah, it looks like we're at what his melee modifier. Yeah, let's do the math here. That's 12, 13 plus 5 is 17.
Yeah.
And his damage reduction 2. So that will bring the Sentinel's attack down to a 4, 5. We're only looking at 13 points.
All right. Okay, so he's all right.
Okay.
Manages to survive that. All right, so he's going to look over his shoulder at Cyclops. He's going to say, "Hey, this guy here won't take no for an answer. You mind punching his dance card for me?" And then he's going to plant the 2 charges that he has. He has one that he picked up from Wolverine, and he has his own. So he's going to plant one of the charges on that pillar. Then he's going to, hopefully, if it's successful.
Yeah. Let's go with a logic of 12 for this charge that we're planting here.
All right, but because he's still got all those notes written down on his hand.
He has an edge.
He's going to need it. Oh, maybe not. Okay.
Great roll.
A 6 on the Marvel, a 4 and a 3. So
That's
we're
already got 13. Yeah.
Yeah. And okay.
You want to roll it?
Yeah. All right. So we're at 15. 15.
Excellent.
15
Yeah.
straight.
So that charge has been securely affixed to that support structure.
Then he's going to blast off to the next pillar using his flight to get.
Okay, getting ready to plant the next one.
Yeah.
And the charge that Cyclops threw is kind of floating over here midair, we'll say, as this round's kind of going out, and then with the intention of Psylocke grabbing it telekinetically and bringing it to her so she can move on to the next pillar. So at the end of this round, the one thing that's still operating kind of independently from Nimrod would be this blaster arm back here, which has a big red button. That's mainly the way to actually deactivate this thing.
So Cyclops did move. Yeah.
Oh, right. We didn't do his movement, right?
He did move toward. Well, he's moving towards Nimrod there. Right. And maybe he would have remembered that blast again, shot at him. So
maybe. Well, maybe not.
Tuck a little bit away out of that.
As this blast now comes up and is going to hit both.
Oh, come on.
Wolverine and go through. Well, no, this blast is actually going to hit Wolverine.
Yeah, Psych would have moved out of the way.
Okay, Psych would be moving out of the way.
He moved directly towards Nimrod.
Yeah, he's with intent. So this blast will be going full in at Wolverine's back.
That's fine. He can take it.
All right. Take it. Oh, it didn't roll very well. 2 on the marble dice, which is the worst you can get. 4 and a 1. That's not even going to break his melee defense because agility attacks are against Wolverine's melee because he's a brawler or brawling. That's not going to hit. 5 plus 2, 7, 8, 9. No, definitely big miss. Big miss.
All right.
His attack actually goes off and goes wide and actually splits it and disappears out and maybe blast off this corner of that wall, impacting on nothing. Okay. That brings us back to the top of the round. Nimrod starts repairing himself as these tentacles are still sneaking in and trying to pull his body back together.
Could they Still punch him on the ground? Can they like do a little punch him on the ground?
If they're not done fighting him, they can still take him down to...
Seeing that he's trying to reassimilate himself or put himself back together, I don't know, like Wolverine's still raging, isn't he?
Here's what's going to happen though. On Nimrod's turn, he's going to use a karma that I sneakily have provided him with, and he is going to do a health recovery check, which is the only action that you can do while you're unconscious.
It's still his action
right now, but
try to speed up the process of reassembling himself.
So we're going to do a target number of 10 for a resilience check. 4 on the Marvel die, 2 and 3, it's 5, 9, plus his resilience of a
lot.
5.
Sure.
So we're 14. So we get that back. So a 4 times his rank of 6. 4 times 6 is 24. 24 health. He's still unconscious, but he's less in the hole than he was before. So he's coming back. He started to reconstitute himself quite rapidly. The tendrils sneak out and started pull himself back together and re-healing. And then at the turn, we'll actually get a little bit more health back from his healing factor.
Oh, great.
That is now Wolverine's turn.
When I put someone down, they stay down. Like, does he see him being reconstituted? Like, is he...
Yeah, he'll see this. He'll observe this, and if he wants to still put in the work, he can still keep slashing while he's down. He's unconscious, so it's an automatic hit, I believe.
Yeah, it's going to automatically hit. So let's just roll the Marvel die and see what we get for damage multiplication.
What kind of attack is this going to be?
It's a 6. Well, whatever attack. Yeah, I just rolled a 6. I don't know. It's just going to be a standard attack.
Okay.
I don't need to put too much energy into it or anything like that. But
oddly enough,
does he still have his damage reduction?
Still applies. He's still trying to chop through whatever bits of armor are still.
Well, that's no fun.
Himself, but it's a -2 for Wolverine.
Yeah. Okay. So and 6 times 3 is 18 plus 6. Yes, another 24 points of damage.
Okay.
Yeah, so Wolverine's sort of done playing with his food, and then he's going to start marching towards that Sentinel, and he's going to start moving, but curving a little more towards the doorway. Okay. Yeah, and then he's just going to make a big show of it, like, time to take on someone your own size, bub.
Okay, so that's Wolverine's turn. We're on to Psylocke.
So yeah, unfortunately, she's going to have to take the turn to use the action to grab the charge that Cyclops tossed her way.
Awesome.
And she's going to use that to move it over towards to herself, and then move towards that pillar.
Grab it from Cyclops when you throw it, and just sort of guide it towards the pillar here and get it into place. But she'll still need to move over her. Yeah. And then her next turn she can spend to activate that.
Great. Perfect. So we got our 2 X-Men at the last 2 pillars ready to activate those devices.
That brings us to Cyclops.
He's going to blast that last Sentinel that's standing up there. So you're hearing Wolverine say, take on someone your own size. Cyclops would be like, well, I better cut him down to your size there. And he's going to take an optic blast at him.
Nice.
Okay, here we go. Let's try to finish this last Sentinel. Hopefully last Sentinel. Okay, we got a 5 and a 6, and then a 4 on the Marvel. We're going to use that edge to re-roll that Marvel.
Awesome.
Okay, 5. All right. They have a damage reduction of 2, right?
Correct.
So that's going to reduce it to 4. So 5 times 4 is 20 plus 5, so it's 25 damage plus the extra 10 I said, so it's another 5. So 30 damage. He's aiming for one of the knees.
Yeah, 30 damage says, I like to his knee and kind of bends him down a little bit and gets him maybe down to one knee.
And then Cyclops has got some movement.
Yes, he still has his full movement.
So he'll start backing up and just covering the door.
Okay. 6.
If he had to move a little bit closer to get within range, he would have done that as he was firing.
No, he was in range. Okay. Okay, excellent. So that's Cyclops' turn. That brings us back to the Sentinel, who's been badly roughed up. He's kind of still holding on, flaring up a little bit, and some electrical flashing going on. But he lowers his blaster down towards, we'll say it's going to be the last person to hit him. We're going to aim towards Cyclops here.
Cyclops, uh-oh.
We're going to make an
bad.
energy blast attack with an edge. We're going to like this. Roll the Marvel on the Marvel die, a 1 and a 3.
Yeah, you're not going to like this either. We're burning the karma.
Okay. So you're going to make me roll the Marvel die? Because I still have an edge.
Total, yeah.
Okay, so that's a 3 now, and now I'm on my edge. I'm going to re-roll that 3. Hopefully back into a Marvel. No, but I got a 6.
Jeez. Okay.
No damage reduction?
No.
Okay. Ouch. 6 times 6. Help me, 36?
36, yeah.
Okay,
36.
36. So 36 plus 4 is 40 plus the 5, so 45?
Dang, 45.
Yeah, 45 points of damage.
Oof, well, that's Psych down.
Oh no! So he goes unconscious?
He is minus 21 health.
Ouch! Okay. So yeah, unfortunately, he moves in position here, and the Sentinel, who's still barely holding on, manages
Should
to
use
get a
that.
blast off. And yeah, poor Cyclops goes down.
Should use that karma instead of attacking. Should use.
You can still, on your turn, you can use your karma to do a health recovery check.
Okay.
And hopefully get him back up on his feet. Yeah, shoot, the team leader is down. And that gives us now, actually maybe he might move a little closer to finish these guys off and give Wolverine a chance to slice and dice. It is now Cannonball's turn.
Great, our leader's down. Oh man, gotta get this planted and get out of here. All right. Oh man, come on, gonna need it. Oh, that is terrible. What kind of edges can we get on this thing?
He has an edge for his training. So there you go, a 6.
Yeah, 6.
That's a 9.
So that's still not gonna be enough.
What's his?
That he's got 0.
Oh no, it's only at a 9.
Yeah. So we'll need a teammate
Cyclops is within sight of him.
Not Cyclops. Cyclops.
Sorry,
down.
Psylocke.
Okay, so Psylocke. Yeah.
So Psylocke is with him.
Psylocke's got the tech skills to try to help him out. So yeah, she can burn a reaction to give him. Even in there, psychically linked
She
as
can
well.
use
So
reaction,
she can
yeah.
use reaction to help teammate.
She can use reaction help teammate. Yeah.
There
it is,
There
a
it
six
is.
that
A
you
6.
need,
Yeah. So we have 6, 1, and a 6. So we're at 13. That's it. He says he has no modifier.
Yeah, 12's all you needed. Yeah.
Oh, whew, just made
There we
it.
go.
then.
Just makes it. And
Teamwork.
the last charge. Well, it's been said. I think Psylocke still needs
She's
to
still.
activate
Yeah,
hers.
it's planted. She's
It's
still
planted, but she has to
activate it,
activate it. Yeah. So 3 of the 4 charges have been activated.
So he's got his movement.
He still has his movement. Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to start blasting towards Cyclops. 15.
15.
Great.
Okay. At the bottom of the round, we are going to have that last Sentinel arm trigger and fire off because no one hit that big shiny red button yet. The only one within range would be Cannonball. He's also within 10 spaces, so this is just going to be a straight agility attack. Energy blaster.
Good luck.
Not too bad. 4 on the Marvel dice. 5 and 1, so that's only a 12. I don't think that hits.
Nope, that's going to miss.
Yeah. Okay, so unfortunately that attack misses and just shoots wide. Okay, so that would be the end of that round. Top of the round, we're going back to Nimrod, who will stitch himself back together just a little bit more with his natural health recovery.
Sorry.
The tendrils are kind of pulling back the armor slower now, but
still
not enough. Still not enough to get him back on his feet. Okay.
Not up, okay.
Not up yet, no. So let's move on to Wolverine.
Yeah, so there's still 1 Sentinel left ticking that's in the immediate vicinity anyway, so he's going to go in and with a vicious attack to try to finish this thing off.
Yeah.
And I believe he's still in melee, so he hasn't used any of his movement.
No, he's still in melee.
Okay, so he's going to do a vicious attack to
Finish this damaged Sentinel off. And he's
try to, finally take out the trash here.
falling apart. Yeah, let's go.
Wow, all right, so we got a 5 and a 1, but we got a Marvel.
Marvel. Nice. Marvel on the Marvel die. Okay.
Marvel on the Marvel die. There we go.
So that's definitely going to hit with his
Yep, so
melee modifier.
Yeah, we also have an edge, so there
There
we
we
go.
go.
Yeah.
Cool,
Definitely hits,
Just eviscerates
and it'll
this
be
guy.
double damage. He sees Psych go down, and he's just like, he's just trying to just chop that thing right down. I told you to target someone your own size.
Yeah, just takes out the trash, takes out the recycling. Yeah, it turns him into a pile of tin cans.
And he's going to turn around and head towards Psych.
Okay.
He's going to try to, if he can, sort of pick him up and drag him
Yeah, he's the
through that door.
Same size of him, so you can move him, but his speed will be a little bit reduced. So let's just say we get him to about here. Yeah.
No time for naps there, Psych.
Okay.
All right.
Excellent. So that brings us to Psylocke, which I believe is going to trigger or activate the
she has
last
it in-
explosive.
Right. So she has the explosive in place, and she needs to activate it.
Yeah, she only needs a 12 on a logic check, but she's a smart one, so shouldn't be too challenging for Psylocke to remember how to activate this.
6/6 Marvel.
Why do you get an ultimate fantastic?
I don't know. Open and fantastic.
Triggering.
I don't know.
If you call for a check, you gotta expect this to pop up here and there. You get an ultimate fantastic 6/16, one on the Marvel and Marvel die. Okay,
that's
how are we
crazy.
gonna do this? Not only does she remember photo memory, picture perfect, exactly how to focus. She does it with amazing blending speed. I'd actually refund your action for this.
Oh, excellent.
So I'll give her her action back for this and any kind of an edge on the next action check she does need to take.
Yeah, so she's just going to parkour out of here
All right.
as quickly as she can. She's going
She got basic 5 minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get about here. Does she want to use her standard action to move again?
Yeah. She's got the charges planted. She's going to let everyone know that the last charge is planted. Let's move.
Yeah, I'll give her about space right about here. She's charging out of this room. Yeah,
right over the reassembling
maybe
body
stomp
of...
on a few tendrils or those...
yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Sort of set him back a little bit.
That brings us to Cyclops, who is unfortunately unconscious right now, but can make a health recovery check.
By using Karma?
You would have to spend a Karma. This is the only action check you can make when you are unconscious.
So we're trying to get him back up. Okay. Here we go. So on his turn, he will use his last... No, he's got... So he's down to one Karma.
Down to one Karma after this.
Okay, so we got a 5-1 and a Marvel again.
Now you're hot on the dice again. This is crazy. Easily get over 10. Marvel gets the double.
Double, yeah. So he's up. He is up.
So it would be 6 times 4.
So you'll get
24.
You'll get it's 24 plus.
Sorry, am I doing that right? 6 times 4 is 24. Yeah. Yes, it is.
Yeah, plus the
double
2 for his resilience.
Yeah. Okay. And 26. So double 26 is 52.
Yep.
Wow. So he gains 52 health back, and definitely pops above 0 at this point. He spends 1 point of 1 square of movement to get back from prone onto his feet.
Okay, so he's up.
He coughs a little bit, gets his breath back. But with his resilience and his resolve and being team leader of the friggin' X-Men, no Sentinel's going to take him down. So he quickly snaps back from being unconscious.
Amazing.
Seeing Wolverine drag him into the next room. He's like, all right, I got this. And he gets back up on his feet. He's still got 4 more spaces of movement.
He'll start moving back. Yeah, he'll address everyone. He's like, to me, my X-Men. And
awesome.
We're moving out.
Great. Okay, so that would be up to Cannonball now. So
yeah, so Cannonball's bringing up the rear, it looks like, since Psylocke started booking it, and he's going to say, be like, oh, pardon me, ma'am, if you don't mind me, and he's going to pick her up, and we're going to blast action, movement, and then action to blast right to the elevator.
The elevator to get the heck out of here.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah. And Psylocke reaches up, grabs onto him, and easily comes along for the ride.
Perfect.
That's a free action. Yeah.
Getting back to the elevator, all the charges planted.
Yeah. This place is ready to explode. Yeah. So at the end of the round, then this arm would have just was going to fire again, but there's no target. So it just overcharges and just explodes itself. Just falls the pieces there. But you do hear Sentinels inside this factory, all along the perimeter of the outside wall, kind of starting to activate, and metallic boots are stomping on the ground and seem to be coming closer to the entrance point here.
Okay, who's up?
Top of the round again. Nimrod slowly stitching himself back together, just with his health recovery, not enough to get back up. So we'll quickly move on to Wolverine.
Okay, he's going to double move right towards the elevator there. That's the only thing he's got to
So
do.
he's just gonna hop back to the elevator. Yeah. Back in position here.
So on the elevator right now, ready to be extracted, we've got the mutants that we came here to rescue. All the charges are set. I'm assuming that's on a remote.
Yes, it can be remotely triggered.
Right, so we don't want to do that yet.
Yeah, you can retrigger it from the Blackbird, but there's also a kind of a dead man switch.
Yeah, okay, so Cyclops still has that. Okay, yeah, because the factory's starting to activate and come to life again, and Nimrod's starting to recharge himself, right? Mm-hmm. So we want to, our main focus is to get everyone out and then blow this thing as fast as we can. So Wolverine's just trying to get onto the elevator. He's the one with the mutant healing factor, so he's going to want to sort of like handle most of the the unknown mutants.
Yeah, so we'll give him a little extra. Get him in here, yeah. So
Okay.
at this point, yeah, we can say that if the main goal now is just to get running
Yeah.
this elevator and get out of here, unless Cyclops has one last thing he wants to do.
He's going to
say-
blast that control panel.
Oh,
So
nice.
Cyclops is going to blast that control panel, and in hopefully traditional comic book style, cause that blast door to just slam shut.
Slam shut by maybe a little bit of time to slow down any,
Yeah.
you know, or maybe some blaster fire coming from the Sentinels within.
Absolutely, yeah. So just sort of
Brilliant
lock
idea.
him in there with the
Yeah.
explosives ready to go, and
Yeah.
then he's going to backpedal, get onto the elevator.
So it's an easy shot for Cyclops. No, that's perfect. Yeah, so let's just
So-
say the shot is true. It smashes the panel in here. It causes this thing to go into default state, which will automatically close this blast doors down.
we gotta-
And yeah, keeping the Sentinels at bay a little bit. They could punch or blast through the door, but at least it's going to stall
takes-
them down, yeah.
it's going to take some
And
time.
we'll say Cyclops, I guess, retreats back to the elevator.
Exactly.
Everyone's on board now. They flip the switch. The elevator does ascend back to the top. Not at an insanely fast pace, but fast enough.
Could Cannonball grab onto Rain and just sort of blast her up through the elevator
can,
shaft
yeah, 'cause
at a faster rate of
It's
speed?
an open shaft at the top, so the Cannonball really is
He's
eager to
gonna-
get her to the Blackbird faster. Yeah, we can say
He's going to kneel
grab her.
down next to Rain and see that she's still writhing in pain, and he's just going to, hang on there, Rain. We got you. The X-Men are going to get you out of here and fix you up all nice and good. And then he's going to pick her up, and he's just like, blasts. He just blasts up through the elevator shaft.
So
Try to
we'll
get
take
to the
him.
Blackbird
Yeah,
as fast as he
great.
can.
Yeah, so we'll blast off and get to the Blackbird. Perfect. Excellent.
Once the X-Men are all on board the Blackbird with their injured passengers secured, Cyclops wastes no time on triggering the remote detonators they planted. A seismic tremor rumbles through the desert sands as a plume of black smoke erupts from the nearby elevator shaft. The remaining patrolling Sentinels, still soaring high in the blue Texas skies above, go inert and fall stiffly towards the rocky desert floor. Not waiting around to watch the explosive fireworks, Cyclops gets the damaged Blackbird airborne again and pushes its engines to their limits. He knows he needs to get his people back to the X-Mansion as soon as possible, to where Hank McCoy, to some known as the Beast, awaits in his lab to treat the injured mutants. Once back in the sub-basement below Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters, the team fully briefs Hank McCoy on the events in the Sentinel factory and what was discovered in the deceased scientist's lab. Currently, with his trademark blue fur completely covered in a hazmat suit, Hank examines his patients and takes careful notes from the various instruments in his infirmary. With a thoughtful nod and exhaustive sigh, the Beast leaves the infirmary through the sterilization chamber and removes his hazmat suit to more comfortably engage his friends and colleagues. Cannonball, who was just released from quarantine, is the first face the Beast sees, and though he wishes he had better news, all he can do is reassure the poor lad that no change is not necessarily a bad thing. Inside the infirmary, Rain Sinclair lay passively on the medical bed, seemingly resting. In the quiet of the dimly lit room, a faint whirling mechanical sound can be heard coming from her cot. Two glowing red eyes pop open and focus in on her surroundings, as the creature designating itself Wolfsbane Prime comes online. In the shadows of progress, a new breed of menace awakens.